Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something?
Boat wins!
Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing?
Boat wins!
Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing?
Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat.
Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
You've heard the saying, penny wise, pound foolish, right? It means you do something that will save you a little bit right now, just pennies, but that ends up costing you pounds in the end.
People put off tuning up their furnace because they don't want to take the time or spend the money to get it done.
But it only takes 90 minutes and costs just $87, which is just pennies compared to the huge problems and expenses that can rack up if you don't get your furnace tuned up.
You'll also save money on your energy bills, and your system will last longer.
So don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Call Bell Brothers for a precision tune-up and professional cleaning today.
Our number is 916-444-1234, or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary, not guaranteed.
What sets Ashton & Price apart from other injury law firms? I'll tell you. From beginning to end, all important legal decisions are made directly between our clients and their experienced local attorney. A gate agent flying the plane, the receptionist performing surgery, not a chance. There's simply no substitute for the unique power of the direct attorney-client relationship offered by Ashton & Price. And there's never a fee until we win, and between you and me, we win a lot.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
One ticket, two huge shows.
The Sacramento Boat Show and the Big RV Show. Multiple dealers discounting all the best brands.
March 6th through 9th at Sacramento's Cal Expo.
Find discounts at
twohugeshows.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Drake on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SacktownSports.com and the Sacktown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sacktown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Drake.
Yeah, the Kings against Nuggets tonight. No Malik tonight because he sprained his toe. Let's go to Denver, where Kyle Draper's getting ready for his play-by-play duties and find out, Drapes, do we know who's playing for Denver? Virtually anybody who's ever played for the Nuggets is listed as questionable tonight. Alex English is questionable, but seriously, Gordon questionable. Last I saw, Jokic, they have about 5 guys questionable, 1 guy out. Do we know anything more about the injury situation for the Nuggets tonight?
I don't know anything new other than, what the injury report says. Mm-hmm. Remember, they didn't practice yesterday or the day before after their, lengthy road trip. And so I would be shocked if Jokic didn't play. I'm not so sure about Aaron Gordon. I mean, you got to think about it like this. They're in the battle for the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. They're chasing the Lakers right now. Dude, what is that? What is that sound? You hear that? Hold on here. I got the engineer. There it is. Dude, it sounded like the loading dock in my ear there for a minute, man. All right. But
we were hearing you think. That's what we were hearing.
Is that the brain at work?
Yeah.
No, I mean, you're chasing the late, and we know how much Michael Malone hates these Sacramento Kings, too.
Right.
And when you think about it here, you're battling for tiebreakers and all that, and not saying the Kings are going to, catch these guys or anything like that. But this is a big game for both teams, and so I'd be shocked if Jokic didn't play. Let me put it like this: it wouldn't be because of rest or something like that. Like if he's good enough to play, he'll play it. If he's not, then he won't play. It won't be because, let's give him one more day or anything like that.
Yeah, they just completed, as I'm sure you know, 4-game road trip. They split the trip. Last game was Sunday in Boston, and from the opening tip, he looked hobbled.
Yeah.
And he was asked afterwards, hey, were you limping? He said, I've been limping for 14 years. So there's something going on. It's just
he admitted he was dealing with something.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so that would be massive. I mean, he's the straw that stirs the drink. I will tell you, the Kings are preparing like he's going to play. That was part of the game plan, during shoot around today. Jokic was a big part of it. And so I think they're going in it thinking he's going to play, and we'll see come game time.
Mm-hmm. The straw there that stirs a drink is out tonight. But, yeah, it's Gordon and Watson, and I think Zeke Naji and Jokic are all questionable. But, in the NBA, if you have 4 guys questionable, there's a chance that all of them are going to play, right, Drapes?
To me, questionable is 50-50. He may play, one of those game time decisions. I think Watson is going to play because he's just coming back off of injury, so I expect him to play. I don't know about the rest of the guys, though. We'll see, man. It's, like I said, I was at shoot around today, and the Kings are preparing like all those guys are going to play. Like Gordon's going to play, like Jokic is going to play. And they had a couple of days off, and I think that might be part of the reason why Michael Malone gave them some time off. Guys are a little banged up, and hopefully that in his eyes they can go tonight.
Supposedly that first game back home after a road trip is like another road game, so hopefully it is for the Nuggets. But I know you're on the road. How's Denver been? I know the G-Man posted a couple days ago or yesterday. It's been very windy there. What's it like in Denver?
Yeah, this is beautiful. It's nice weather. It's 50s today. It's nice. It was a little bumpy landing, but that was like I got in last night, and it's been great, man. Hit the town, saw some of the sights out there, had a nice little meal and everything, and went to shoot around. So no, it's beautiful. It's no snow on the ground, which is what I'm thrilled about. I was worried when I saw the weather forecast. Like I woke up, it was 20 degrees out there, but the sun is out, and so no, they'll be ready for this game tonight, man.
As you know, Drapes, the Kings were looking to get some help last night, and they didn't get any from the Knicks. And tip of the cap to the Warriors, they beat the Knicks. They didn't get any from, let's see, I think it was the Sixers were playing Minnesota. Tip of the cap to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And going to the fourth quarter, the Clippers were leading Phoenix by 19, and the Suns came back and won that game, 119-117. So the Kings got a little help from the Phoenix Suns last night.
Yeah, and I was worried too, and I was thinking, oh man, it's the worst case scenario. Like Minnesota, Golden State, Clippers all win, and fortunately Kevin Durant caught fire, and Colin Gillespie came up big for them. We were the biggest Colin Gillespie fans in the world last night watching that. And so, Kings are in good position right now, man. This is a big game, and you got a chance to, quite possibly, move up to 7th, maybe even, solidify yourself, as one of the front runners for that 6 or 7 if you beat Clippers on Sunday. And so I like where we're at right now.
Yeah. Exciting times. As you say, you got the Clippers this weekend. Next Thursday, you got that Warrior team, but you can't look ahead. And not to mention Friday. And, Draves, Friday is going to be a very eventful game as well, even if it's not as important in the standings.
I'll tell you what, man. Friday, you got people hitting me up for tickets.
Really?
Yeah. Your boy Bonte was like,
really?
Drapes. Yeah, me and I'm like, the one game you trying to, how come you ain't come when Charlotte was in town on a Monday night? He want to come up to the prime time big game of the year. Bonte will be in the building, though. I didn't hook him up. Jay might have laced him up or something like that, but I didn't hook him up, that's for sure. But no, I'm looking forward to it, man. But you got to take care of business tonight, Whitey, right?
Yes.
You get this win. This would be a massive win against a solid Denver Nuggets team.
Yeah, this time of year, I mean, if they end up 3-1 on the trip, there's every reason to think they could win 4. But, earlier in the year, you win 3 or 4 on the road. It's like, hey, nice trip. Now it's like, it's game by game, right? Because they're so important. 3-1 would be a nice thing, but it's like, You got to win. If you got a chance to win this game tonight, every win is so vitally important. What did you think, Drapes, of KD last night? KD helping the Suns come back, and then he was upset after the game because the media, national media on TV, and I guess the local media, they were focusing on him having a little back and forth with Mike Budenholzer, and KD was furious about that. Did you see that?
You overreacted. You overreacted, Whitey. I didn't see furious. Well, I didn't see
after
furious.
the game. After the game, he was
listened
furious.
to the press conference. He didn't see maybe furious for Kevin. Like, I thought he was very measured in it. I thought he was very level-headed.
He was upset. He was upset.
From what I heard, he knew that was going to happen. He's like, it's just the times we live in. I'm not even worried about that, man. Budenholzer and KD. That stuff happens a billion times throughout the season. I remember Spoelstra and LeBron coming to, shoulder to shoulder against each other. And here's the thing. That happened in the first half. What happened in the second half? KD responded. So clearly it didn't carry on. Clearly it didn't affect the team in a negative way. So, that kind of stuff I'm not. Now, if they would have lost and KD would have laid down and checked out and everything like that, I would have been like, uh-oh. But it was the appropriate response from Kevin Durant.
I agree.
And the team. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was like, all right, it happened. So what? We move on. And so, no, I thought it was fine. It is what it is.
Well,
that might have saved their season.
Yeah,
it might have woke KD up a little bit. Because he played lights out in that second half.
Yeah, you might have misunderstood me. I wasn't attacking KD, and maybe I overstated it a little, but I thought
he was furious.
He was furious. He took a swing at a couple reporters.
Oh my God!
But the Suns, I have to admit, here they are at 11, and they're 3 out of 10th right now. The way Dallas just seems to be swirling around the toilet bowl. I think there's a good chance the Suns end up there. The Suns would be scary, wouldn't they, in a play-in?
Yeah. If
Kevin Durant, you never know. Their defensively, they're terrible, but that's just a team that would scare me a little bit in one of those one and done situations.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to face it.
Yeah,
I would not. Just because when you look at it, you could argue. Let's say they match up with Sacramento. You could argue they got the two best players on the floor. And Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. You could make that argument. And so in the playoffs too, and when it's a loser go home scenario, I wouldn't want to face Kevin Durant. I wouldn't want to face Devin Booker. No, you're right about that. That's a scary team. Not saying they're going to make any noise or anything like that, but like you said, in a play-in situation, in a one and done kind of situation, I don't want to see those guys.
What do you think the Kings will do tonight, starting lineup wise without Malik?
I think it's going to be Keon tonight. I'm pretty confident in saying that. I think Keon will get the start tonight. And it'll be interesting, some of the matchups Doug Christie throws out there tonight, if Jokic plays, who will be guarding Jokic. At first I thought it might be Valanciunas, but he might go a different route to guard Jokic to start. So I think you got to tune in right from the jump, because it's a chess match, I believe, that Doug is playing right now with Michael Malone. And so, and let's also call it like it is too, Whitey. I want to see after the game, is there any kind of coach acknowledgement with each other? Remember last time, they faced each other. There was no wave to each other or anything like that. And so, this should be a spicy game tonight.
Yeah. Here's some spicy numbers for you, courtesy of Jason Anderson on X. Maybe you've seen these. He says about an hour ago or so, with Monk out, the Kings likely will start, as you just said, Drapes, Ellis, Levine, DeRozan, Murray, and Valanciunas. That group has only played 11 minutes together, but in those 11 minutes, they have an offensive rating of 150, a defensive rating of 69.2, and a net rating of 80.8.
The greatest five-man lineup in the history of basketball, right? No, I'm excited to see that lineup. Who's running the point, though? That's the thing. Is it Keon? You're running it through DeMar a lot more? Zach, is it motion offense? Like, what are we going to see tonight? That's one of the things I'm curious to see out here offensively with this team.
I don't know what we're going to see, but I'm hoping we're going to hear Drapes Takes. We have that coming up.
I got you.
Drapes Takes are next. Drapes Takes from Denver next Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
We rely heavily on our HVAC systems during the cold valley winters and hot valley summers. That's why there are so many HVAC companies out there. So when you need a new system or a tune-up, where do you turn? I turned to Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. Once our heater checked out, we checked in at leesair.com. The entire experience exceeded our high expectations. You want prompt service from people who know what they're doing, can save you money, and will treat you right? For your HVAC needs, Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating on the web at leesair.com. Ask about their $99 HVAC tune-up service. License number 635355.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
When you're overwhelmed with tax debt, deciding what to do next is a true win or lose decision. You can lose your car, your paycheck, even your retirement savings, or you can choose someone to help you win this battle with the IRS. Now is the time to tackle your tax debt, but you don't have to do it alone. Meet Priority Tax Relief, veteran-owned and the expert in tax debt resolution. Our priority is fighting for you. Our team has helped clients save millions and can reduce or even erase your tax debt. Call 800-406-1584 right now to talk to our winning team. Priority Tax Relief has a direct line to the IRS. That's right, a fast track to find out if you qualify for life-changing tax relief in just minutes. Priority Tax Relief fights to protect your money, has 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Why wait? Call Priority Tax Relief for your free tax consultation. Call 800-406-1584. That's 800-406-1584. Let's make your taxes our priority. Stop your tax debt now. Call 800-406-1584.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Kings and Nuggets tonight. Jokic questionable, Gordon questionable. Will they play? Smart Money seems to be leaning towards yes, they will. We have this on the text line from, Rob and Carmichael. It says Jokic and Aaron Gordon questionable, but Mike Malone hates the Kings, so I have to believe if either of those guys can play, they're going to. I think that's what Drapes was saying. Right now, sit back and relax. Well, you might get pretty excited, though, too. I don't know how much you can relax through this mile-high edition of Drapes Takes.
Calm down, Lion. Calm down. Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
Sacramento Kings fans, it is time to jump on the bandwagon, Whitey. I understand the schedule is tough coming up. I understand second hardest schedule in the NBA the rest of the season for the month of March. I understand that. But this Kings team is locked in right now. Missing Domantas Sabonis, no Malik Monk tonight. That's going to hurt, no doubt about it. And even if they don't get the win tonight, I'm not going to amend this take. I think the Kings are gearing up for a strong postseason run. And I got the numbers, Whitey, to back it up. I don't know if you've dug deep into just how well this team is playing since the All-Star break. And I know it's only been a small sample size. I think, 5 or 6 games, something like that. But when you look at the numbers, Whitey, I got them right here. 4th in offensive rating, 5th in defensive rating since the All-Star break. To me, that shows me this team is rounding into shape. Guess what? In every game since the All-Star break, they haven't shot lower than 50% from the field. They're extremely efficient. This team is hitting its stride. And I'll be honest with you, we're still very much into the early stages of this group. I think this team can be even better come late March, early April. And so we talk about not wanting to see Phoenix in a play-in situation. If I'm Minnesota, if I'm the Clippers, I don't know if I want to see Sacramento in a play-in situation because the numbers indicate that the Kings are trending in the right direction while those other teams I just mentioned, the Phoenix, the Minnesotas of the world, the Clippers, they're trending in the wrong direction. I'm looking at some of these numbers. Whitey, they lead the NBA in three-point percentage since the All-Star break. What? What's going on here, man? I'm looking at them in black and white. I was doing my research, and I was like, damn, we're actually a good three-point shooting team now. And so this team is, I think, turning the corner. they've bought in clearly to what Doug Christie is doing. And I talked to Doug earlier today about just some of the changes that we're seeing defensively. He's instituted a couple of new defensive principles over the last few games, and that's why you're seeing this team improve so much defensively. So I got to give him credit. I'm firmly on board this bandwagon right now. And I understand, you got New York coming up. You got Boston coming up, Milwaukee. So what? Those teams, if anything we've learned, especially over the last few days, strength of schedule don't mean diddly. It doesn't mean anything. Golden State goes out there and loses to Philadelphia. It doesn't matter what your strength of schedule is because you never know who's playing and who's not. Are you on the second night of a back-to-back? See, it doesn't factor that in. And so I think this team is really gearing up for a nice little run to the postseason, Whitey.
Here's the key question then. Are you willing to offer amnesty to those who, and surely they regret it by now, those who were campaigning for a tear down, a rebuild, tanking? Are you willing to say, yeah, you were wrong, forget about it, come on aboard the Draper bandwagon?
No. But you know, because here's the thing, Whitey. You and I have gone on air since the beginning of our show of time, basically, and advocated against tanking. We've been trying to tell people that the sky is blue, and they keep saying, nah, it's purple. No, I've been telling you for 6 months now not to jump off this team bandwagon, and now all of a sudden we start winning. You want me to give them amnesty? Nah, man, if you ain't with us when you're down, and you know who I'm talking about, Carmichael Dave, you can't hop back on now, big fella. I'm sorry, you can't hop back on now.
Okay, I can talk to you about girth.
I was just wondering.
Alan Styles trying to hop back on now that the team is winning. They gonna go 3-1 on the road trip. You wasn't saying that 2 weeks ago about this team. You were talking about tanking, and so I can't do the flip flopping, Whitey. I can't do it, man. And so no, I'm not giving those guys amnesty.
By the way, Alan may be right. If they lose tonight, he might be right about this road trip. But I was just wondering. I was just asking.
No, because here's the thing, Whitey. 1 minute you can't be pessimistic and doomsday, break it up, and then they win 2 or 3 games, and they actually, you predicted 3-1. I was right. Y'all didn't listen to me. Nah, bro, you were wrong most of the season. And so I'm not offering people amnesty. If you ain't with us, you're not riding with it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Let me continue Dre's takes here. You know the best move Monty McNair might have made this season?
Jonas?
Yes. Jonas Valanciunas. Look at his numbers over the last couple of games. 14 points, 10 rebounds. And what he's given this team, and I was talking to some of the coaches about it, is something that can't be shown in the box score. He's not like Domantas Sabonis on the offensive end. And let me explain this here. When Domas sets a screen, he's setting the screen and popping out or relocating to make another play. When Jonas sets a screen, he's rolling to the basket. And Whitey, you're a basketball guy. When the big fella is rolling to the basket, open in the middle, he draws 2 defenders. And that opens it up for more open perimeter shots. And so it was a stroke of genius. I know the fan base was clamoring for it. I know some in the media was clamoring for it. But I think Jonas Valanciunas has single-handedly, or I'm going to give him a big part of the pie when it comes to this, change sort of the makeup of this team. And I was talking to Jay Triano today about some of the screen setting that Jonas Valanciunas does for the Kings. He said, Drapes, Jonas Valanciunas is massive, and the thing we love, he embraces how massive he is. YouTubers, you can watch me. Jonas doesn't just walk around like this. When he walks, he looks swole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chest is out, shoulders are wide. This dude has been a huge find, and I'm glad we finally got him. He's been amazing for us, I think.
He's also, if you look at like per 36, he's given a little bit of that, that rim protection that a lot of Kings fans have been just begging for a long time. Because you look, as I say, per 36, he's averaging better than a block a game, and Domas wasn't even averaging half a block a game. So he's also helping them a little bit defensively too.
Yeah, 100%. I think it was a huge pickup. And at first, I was one of those, and I can admit this, I was like, I don't know about it. Is he going to be comfortable coming off the bench? And, because he is a starting center, but he has fully embraced his role. He's proven me wrong. And he's been a great guy, man. Great guy in the locker room. everything like that. Let me also say, Zach LaVine, wasn't it 2 weeks ago, Whitey? People are like, maybe we should bring Zach LaVine off the bench, or Zach LaVine is this and that. Zach LaVine has been on fire as of late. And it's not just scoring 42 points, Whitey. It's not just scoring 34 points. Check out his efficiency as of late. Check out the fact that he's shooting 40% from three as a member of the Sacramento Kings. Zach LaVine is everything that we expected and hoped for when he came over from Chicago. Just look at the numbers right here. We saw it the other night, 22 points on 8 of 12 shooting. He can get a bucket anytime he wants. And that first week, it was clear he was trying to find his spots. He was trying to fit in. Now, I see Zach LaVine. I'm looking at this offense, Whitey. I'm like, it is humming right now. Guys understand their roles, understand what they're doing. And I think Zach LaVine is at the top of that list. Yeah, and I think it's only going to get better, too. I think this guy, you know me, I'm a big Zach LaVine fan.
Yes, you always have been. Yeah. Always have been. You know how it is, Straits, when you first learn to play basketball and you get your triple threat, one of the first things they teach is jab step, right? So yes. Like a fake, like a jab step. Yes. Defense has to respect it. Zach LaVine almost has a reverse jab step. I mean, when his step back isn't like it's not a passive move. Right. He does it so quick. And he gets rid of the ball so quickly that his step back is almost an aggressive move. Yeah, I've never seen anything quite like it.
You said the word aggressive. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like it's he gets you going like one way and then quickly pulls it back. That's almost indefensible, Whitey.
Yeah,
that might be one of the best step backs that I've seen in terms of creating space and getting your shot off. Lastly, I want to give a shout out to the entire team. And I know it was against Dallas, the Wounded Warriors, no big men, no Kyrie. I get it. But, Whitey, they took care of the ball the other night, big fella. I don't know if you guys talked about that yesterday, but only 7 turnovers yesterday. You know, I'm not expecting that every night. But against this team tonight, Denver, number 1 in fast breaks, taking care of the basketball is going to be paramount tonight. I don't know if that's part of Whitey's wish list coming up later. If it is, I'm giving you a little preview, but you got to take care of the basketball. And I'm hoping what we saw the other night can continue tonight.
Also because Denver does not do a good job of forcing turnovers. They're way down the list. So, you can't help them out by, turning the ball over without them putting any pressure on you. So, that goes without saying with this team, but it's definitely a good barometer for how well this Kings team is playing.
Yeah, I think they're 29th in turnovers forced, I think, or something like that. You know, that they're not that good in terms of their ball pressure and deflections and things like that. And so take advantage of that tonight. And that's all I got, man. I'm going to enjoy tonight's game. I'm happy to be back on the call. You know, I'm actually courtside, so I'll be able to see everything. And unlike, last game where me and Katie were way up high in Houston, man, that was high, man. Me and her, Katie, will be courtside ready to call the game tonight, man. So that's Drape Steaks right there, Jay. It's brought to you by
Alsco Uniforms. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms.
We're right back with more of what the Kings do tonight without Malik. Next with the Drive Guys, Drapes in Denver, Sacktown Sports.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The PGA Club fitters at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio know that golf should be fun. They also know that players of all abilities will hit the ball farther and straighter, play better golf, shoot lower scores, and have more fun if they get fitted before they purchase golf clubs. Hagen Oaks delivers the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA professionals. See how the game can be even more fun. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
This sandwich is not just spicy, it's flavorful. Hi, this is Matayo. And this is Elsa. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe Sandwich is that spicy kick. Because the spice comes in at just the right moment. Oh, no. A little thing I love is that cilantro lime sauce. It's a fun blend of zesty and bold. That's what really makes me happy. Are you going to eat all your fries?
Order a Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe Sandwich and a Diet Dr. Pepper on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Is that a new Samsung Galaxy A15 5G?
Yeah, I got it for free when I joined Cricket Nation.
Sounds pretty great.
At Cricket, anyone can get a new phone when they switch.
Whoa.
With a high-quality camera, meaning more flattering selfies for all, and super fast 5G, so you can post them for all to see. Your friends, your family, your ex. Free phone! Free phone!
Okay, I'll switch.
Welcome to Cricket Nation.
Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. Must bring your number to Cricket on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax to its sale. These terms and other restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
T-Mobile home internet is all about speed, value.
What you doing, Jack?
First thing, there are so many benefits. You got to talk fast.
T-Mobile home internet ranks #1 in customer satisfaction for home wireless internet by J.D. Power.
Wow, you are good.
Try singing it. T-Mobile has price lock.
They won't raise your rate on internet.
Hulu and Paramount Plus on there.
Get T-Mobile home internet all in for just $55 a month with auto pay and any postpaid voice line.
Conditions terms apply. For JD Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sacktown Sports.
Kyle Draper, of course, in Denver, getting ready for play-by-play duties tonight. We haven't heard yet from Jay. Guess what hat Jay has on today, Drapes?
What do you got? I can't see him. What do you got?
Bang, bang, Niner gang. He's excited about the combine. Yeah, everything going on with the 49ers on top of everything else. Yeah.
Oh, man. No way, dude. Come on, man. Jay, you see the power moves the Eagles are making lately?
Nah, I ain't seen
how
nothing.
real front office is supposed to operate, taking care of their guys, retooling, bringing back the championship squad, Super Bowl squad.
You talking about overpaying for Saquon Barkley?
Nah, come on now. Saquon did like y'all
Zach
did
Bond?
CMC last year. Didn't y'all do the same thing with CMC?
And guess what's happening? It's Saquon's on the new Madden cover this year, so you know what that means.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's allegedly gonna be on the new Madden cover.
Oh man, darn. I'm just saying, man. Y'all lowballing my guy Brock Purdy and everything. I'm
Well,
like,
you know, it's called fair market value, Drake. Fair market value. You guys are overpaying for a linebacker that you can get off the rookie from the draft.
Dude was in the defensive player of the year running. Jay, put some respect on him.
Nah, I got love for him. Hey, listen, he won a Super Bowl, so I can't say nothing.
Exactly.
About it.
Exactly. Speaking in the run of being in the running for something, what do you think of this, Jay? Stephen A. was saying today that J.J. Redick should be in the running for Coach of the Year. I just was wondering.
Yeah, I would say that if both of you guys have left here and went to be a coach and you guys are doing well, they're doing well. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I would definitely say the same thing. So we just, hanging out with his boy. You're supposed to say that, right?
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, Stephen A.
teammate.
All right.
I love it. If you win coach somewhere, I would say the same thing. Drapes, Whitey should be taken into consideration for Coach of the Year.
So hold on. He's not. He shouldn't be. You don't think he should be in the mix? They're the 5th best team in the league. He's doing a hell of a job, Jay. You got to get a man credit, bro.
I don't give Lakers no credit.
Haterade.
Yeah, well,
I'm not saying don't get the Lakers credit. Give JJ Redick credit.
That's the same thing. Once you don the colors, it's like, I got love for Magic Johnson, but he's still a Laker.
Yeah.
As far as tonight goes, Kings without Malik Monk. So what are they going to do? We've talked about it already. Here's a question a lot of people are asking from director of Rec 44. Are they starting Keon or Markel? Drapes, you told us you think they're probably going to start
Keon, do you think Markel's even much of a consideration at this point?
To start, no, not at all. Not at all. I think it's going to be Keon. I don't think it's a consideration at this point. I do expect Markel, obviously, to get some minutes tonight. I'd like to see him get some more minutes than just 4 a game. And so, no, I think, Keon will get the start. And it's got to be a bounce back game from Keon offensively too, right? Like, I mean, a tough shooting night the other day, even though his defense, as always, was impeccable. But, I look for him to, have a much better offensive game tonight in that starting lineup.
Mm-hmm. By the way, no surprise here, but the reviews for Drape's Takes today. Fire. Yeah. Hall of Fame Drape's Takes today. We don't even have time to read all the favorable reviews of Drape's Takes today. So you hit a chord with Kings fans today.
No, let's clip those. Let's clip those. Let's clip those. And I'm looking at the latest injury report that just came out. Yep. Let me see. Nothing new to report. They officially did rule out Malik Monk on the injury report. That's new. But from the Nuggets standpoint, Gordon still questionable. Jokic, Najee, and Peyton Watson all still questionable for tonight.
The deal with Malik's injury, to my eye, he was taking a jump shot and didn't get much lift, and the shot came up short, and it looked like almost like he stumbled. I thought initially he maybe tweaked an ankle, but I think it was something that happened on that shot. Then when he left, it's like, oh no, it's terrible. When he came back in, Drapes, I thought, oh, maybe he's okay.
Right.
I guess it's prudent just to sit him out a night with a toe. Those things can linger, but it would be nice to have him tonight, obviously.
Yeah, it would be nice. And he didn't take part in today's shoot around. He wasn't out there on the floor with the guys going through the game plan or anything like that. But no, you're right. And here's the thing about Malik, especially against a team like Denver. I'm looking at a guy like Westbrook, who's an energy player who, plays with sort of a reckless abandon. And I think Malik is sort of our version of that. If just high energy, fast pace, like who's going to bring that swagger at the guard position that Malik brings? Is it going to be Keon, maybe Zach, somebody like that, maybe Markel off the bench? And so this is a big loss. Think about it. We're missing 2 starters tonight, Whitey. You know what I mean? But how about this, though? Our conversation tonight about this game isn't, oh, man, there's no chance. Oh, we're done. Like a month ago, Whitey, if we would have been without Malik and Domas,
I know.
Dude, it would have been a different story. But now I sense some faith in this King squad from the fan base, and it's impressive. I like it.
Yeah, and to that point, some interesting comments here in the chat, too. Farmer Bleezy 22. I didn't understand people wanting JV, but I can admit how wrong I was. He's been the second half MVP for us so far. I don't know about that, but he's playing really well, and he's just given them a dimension that they've lacked. We also have Amadrox says, I will admit I was upset about the Brown firing and the Fox trade. I can see now that it was for the betterment of the team. The drama dust has settled, and the Kings are settling in pretty quick. But then finally from N, had my doubts before the 4-game win streak. I'm all in now, but I'm out if they lose again.
That's the plight of a Kings fan right there. That's the typical King. Like, I'm in that they're winning. But if they lose one, I'm out again.
Yeah, forget it. They're on their own.
Exactly. Let me ask you, does this mean Uncle Vivek, should get an apology, Whitey, from some members of the media and the fan base, or no? I'm just looking at Farmer Bleezy and some of these comments here. People are saying, you know what, getting rid of Mike might have been the right move to make. It seems like it saved the season, to be honest with you. Does ownership deserve, and I'm just throwing the question out there, the topic out there, do they deserve a little grace in saying, you know what, my bad? You guys were right on this one.
Not yet, but it's time to start drafting those statements. I would say that, and I would be one of those people. It's time to start, preparing that statement, because there's a good chance you're going to need it. But let's see where this goes from here, because there's a lot of pizza left in the box. The thing, and I've mentioned this to you before, and I posted this, it is really incredible to me how quickly the Kings have gone from a team that you could see on the floor, they're trying to figure each other out, and they didn't have that sense of what are we doing now? Understandable, but it was noticeable. And now they're going into teams' gyms, and they're just imposing their will on them. We'll see how they do tonight, but that didn't take them long to get to that point. And to me, DeMar DeRozan has a lot to do with that. He seems like he has naturally evolved as the guy that everything is flowing through. He's not a point guard, but the offense, when push comes to shove, Drapes, to my eye, everything's going through him, and it looks like it just kind of naturally evolved that way.
Yeah, and do you mean also even with Malik out there on the floor?
At times, yeah.
I think you're right about that. And, I'm going to pull up some stats here and just look at, since the All-Star break, let's say. I would like to know, I don't know if his usage is up there, around an SGA or something like that, but would his usage be right at the top of the Sacramento Kings? Like, is he our number one usage guy? Meaning, whatever the play ends up to be, DeMar DeRozan is the decider when it comes to that. And so let me pull this up here. But I'm with you. And here's the thing, too, that I'm noticing from DeMar to, at times he'll go into ISO mode. And I'm like, dude, pass the ball. But it seems like for the most part, whatever decision he makes, it works out. You know what I mean? It may not be, get off the ball quickly and everything like that. He may go into that ISO, that one-on-one. And it's one of those like, that's a bad shot, but it went in. I'll take it. It just seems like he's effective no matter which decision he decides to make out there.
Yeah, it seems for the most part here. And as you said earlier, we are conscious of the fact that they have not been playing a lot of good teams here. But when he is doing that, it's because he smells a matchup he likes. It's not because I'm going to get mine. And he has no problem sharing the ball or, driving and creating. But when he's taking some of those shots that sometimes look like, hey, pass the ball, to me, much more often than not, it's because there's a matchup that he likes and he knows he can get that shot.
Exactly. You're 100% right about that. He sees the matchup, and we saw it, the other night. And against Dallas, he sensed the mismatch that he had, and he took advantage of it. And I got these usage numbers that we were talking about. He is actually second since the All-Star break. I'm just going back to the All-Star break during this stretch right here, behind Zach LaVine, White. Zach LaVine, number one, DeMar, number two, Malik, number three, and Jonas Valanciunas actually has a higher usage rate over the last 5 games than Domantas Sabonis.
Isn't it great? Big Trojan dude. Yeah, Valanciunas, he's not Sabonis when it comes to piling up assists, but he's a good passer.
Yeah.
And he also makes smart decisions with the ball. It's not like you have to close your eyes when the ball goes into the big fella and hope he doesn't turn it over.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean, when we talk about, who's the point guard, you could argue they really don't have one, but they got multiple guys that can make plays for themselves and for others also.
Yeah, and most importantly, they seem to have figured that all out.
Yeah.
So it's not, how you see teams with a lot of offensive players. I'll go back to when OKC initially had Paul George and Carmelo and Russell Westbrook, and it almost literally looked like, all right, your turn. And okay, now it's your turn. And the Kings, you can't win that way. The Kings are not playing that well, but you look at the distribution of shots over the last few games, and it's very evenly distributed, Drapes. And as we said a couple days ago, when the Kings are scoring that way and everyone's getting their touches, they're really hard to guard.
Yeah, and I know that the Dallas game, was basically a 3-quarter game. Guys didn't play heavy minutes. But when you look at it, all 5 starters in double figures in attempts.
Yeah.
Keegan 10, Malik 10, Valanciunas and DeRozan led the way with 15 each. And I'll be honest, Valanciunas could have had like 10 more points if he would have made a couple of layups.
Yep.
He missed a couple of chippies, a couple of bunnies. But to your point, man, it's almost a pick your poison. Like, we got 5 guys out there, and I'm including Valanciunas in this, that can get you double figures, 15 to 20 points on any given night. And it's not one guy taking 23 shots. And I think that's what makes this team so dangerous. It's so hard to defend.
Yeah. And once again, Keegan appears to be a big part of that. We'll look at that. Also, we'll look at the Laker who made more history last night. When we come back, Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
You're a fan. You know how it is. When it's all on the line, you need a big-time closer, and that is especially true, of course, when it comes to your garage door. And that's why I proudly recommend National Garage Door. Whitey Gleason here for National Garage Door. Whether you're looking to repair an existing door or get a brand new one installed, you need National Garage Door. Family-owned and operated. They've been around since way back in 1974. Because service is their number one priority. National Garage Door are the region's BSE broken spring experts. Styles, prices, quality of the new doors are going to surprise you. They surprised me. Our garage door was starting to sound like, you know what? We got to do something about this shrieking here. Kevin from National Garage Door came out. He said, patching up the old one, we could do that, he said, but we got the new garage door, and we're very happy with that. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer-branded garage doors. They offer sales, service, installation on all residential and commercial doors and operators. So if you have garage door needs, and everybody does now and then, your old one's coming apart, you're looking to improve your curb appeal, let National Garage Door come through for you in the clutch and be your closer. 916-638-4554. That is National Garage Door.
During tax season, your info travels lots of places you can't control.
W-2 rising from payroll, platform 3.
Everything criminals need to steal your identity is on your W-2.
Last call for accountant and home office. 1 minute.
LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second.
Tax preparation data centers with service to IRS. All aboard.
If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
I'm Sia, and I support Humane World for Animals, formerly called the Humane Society of the United States. Together, we have created a new version of Peter Gabriel's beautiful song, Salisbury Hill, to celebrate Humane World for Animals and everything they do. Enjoy the song and join us in helping Humane World for Animals end animal cruelty.
Hey, Aggie fans, Coach Les here. ESPN is coming to UC Davis this Saturday night to nationally broadcast our home finale versus UC San Diego. Let's pack the University Credit Union Center. It's an 8 p.m. tip. Come see T.Y. Johnson and all of our seniors one last time before we head to Vegas for the Big West Tournament.
Come root on the UC Davis men's basketball team this Saturday night and show the nation what Aggie Hoops is all about. Get your tickets now at ucdavisaggies.com. Go Ags.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Save Mart and McKee Brothers Plumbing and Rooter Incorporated. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
One ticket, 2 huge shows.
The Sacramento Boat Show plus the Big RV Show. Multiple dealers discounting all the best brands. Hundreds of wakeboard boats, fishing boats, and pontoon boats. Acres and acres of travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and motorhomes. Plus ATVs too. 2 shows, 1 massive event. The Sacramento Boat Show plus the Big RV Show. March 6th through 9th at Sacramento's Cal Expo. Find discounts at 2hugeshows.com.
Hey, what's up, Sacramento? It's Kyle Draper. Turn up the cleanliness at your restaurant, healthcare, or industrial business with Alsco Uniforms, the official sponsor of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew. We've got you covered with crisp uniforms, hygienically clean linens, floor mats, and, of course, mops delivered weekly. But that's not all. Alsco Uniforms also offers weekly services for first aid and restroom supplies. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Just go to alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's ALSCO.com.
Taking your workout to the next level can be as easy as trying something new. At InShape Fitness, that includes small group training classes like boxing or rowing, or spending a little more me time in the sauna. We are InShape. You are ready. Join online at InShape.com.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
Drive, guys. We got Drapes in Denver. We got Jay. We got Whitey taking you up to game night at 4:30. And then the High Flyer and Scott Marshall take you up to pregame. We got tip-off tonight, of course, what's just after 6, the Nuggets and the Kings. A lot more in that game coming up. Before we get back to that, though, I want to address something that's popping up. Of course it is in the chat here. What? And not to look too far ahead to Friday, but, people are already they've been anxious about that game and excited about it. And some people are asking here, I hope no one boos Fox, to boo Fox or not to boo Fox. I just want to say this, Drapes, and again, we'll talk more about it, I'm sure, between now and then. I don't know how the team feels. The organization, they would never say this. There might be some people in the organization that are hoping Fox gets booed. I don't know. So my point is, this is just me. I don't think there's any reason to boo De'Aaron Fox. If you want to boo him, boo him. And I want the Kings to beat the Spurs by a lot.
Yes.
But he played here a long time. He played when he was hurt. He did a lot of good things. He didn't want to be here, fine. But booing him, I think people are overreacting when they talk about, I'm going to go out there, boo! Do what you need to do, obviously. But Drapes, I don't see it. I think we're better than that.
It's complicated, Whitey. It's complicated, big fella.
It is.
It's not black and white with De'Aaron Fox.
I know.
And people would not have booed if not for some of the comments after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
And, who knows, what De'Aaron Fox, meant by some of his comments. It wasn't quite like Buddy Hield, obviously.
Right.
Like that's the reason to boo Buddy.
Your guy, Buddy Hield, by the way.
That's my guy, Buddy Hield. But here's the thing, man. I think there's some gray area when it comes to De'Aaron Fox. And let's be honest, though. Let's call it what it is. And I know we're going to have this conversation over the next couple of days.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of unknown about what happened and transpired behind the scenes. What led to this divorce? What led to these issues? Was it De'Aaron, checking out the last month? Was it the organization? Like, to me, and that's why I say it's a lot of gray area right here.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can see why some fans would want to boo De'Aaron Fox. It's not like he was an angel and didn't do anything wrong or anything like that. I mean, there's a segment, that did not like some of the comments he made when he left Sacramento. And so I get it. I think it's complicated. And so
it is.
You always tell me, Whitey, what's one of your favorite lines? Fans are going to fan.
Yeah, I know.
Can't tell a fan how to react.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to boo De'Aaron Fox. That's not my style. I'm not going to do that. But, I can see a reason why some fans would feel that way.
I see the reasons too. I look at it this way. As you said, there are some things we don't know. I'm not going to assume anything about what we don't know. What I do know is what he did when he was here. And again, I also know that I want the Kings to beat the Spurs by 50. That's what I want. That's what I want him to come here, and I want him to leave. And he'd never admit this, but I want him thinking, man, maybe I should have figured things out there. That's what I want. So I just hope it doesn't get ugly. That's all.
What's ugly?
Ugly is when fans get really fired up and overly aggressive and lose track of, the example you're setting for younger fans, things like that. He's going to get booed. We know that based on the reaction to that, promo they had a couple of games ago. It's going to happen. I get that. I hope it's not over the top.
I mean, how about this? How about this? I look at it like this. De'Aaron Fox, and they should do a tribute video for him.
Yes, next season.
What do you mean? You think the wound too's fresh, Jay?
Yeah, but I understand.
We got to let it scab over a little bit.
Yeah, you're going to do it.
You got to do it, but he's an opponent now. Like, he's on the other team now.
Right.
Like, I'm okay with booing De'Aaron whenever he touches the ball. And I'm not saying, angrily, mercifully, but like, I'm not going to let life be easy for De'Aaron Fox at Golden One Center. It ain't going to be all sweet and everything. You're another team right now.
Right.
We're trying to win right now. We going at you, De'Aaron Fox.
Mhm.
And I understand the nostalgia and everything. Like when they introduce him, I give him his round of applause.
He gonna get booed, Drake. It's gonna be
loud.
It's gonna definitely be half and half for sure.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one time where,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I get it. I mean, yeah.
Does he get booed every time he touches the ball?
See, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I'm okay with the
Okay.
boo give him his little applause, when he's introduced, give him his applause for, the Jumbotron, that they throw up there, the tribute video. But when he touches the Brock, nah, because you're in the fight then. You're in the game.
Mhm.
You don't want it to be sweet then. That's when you want it to be difficult on De'Aaron Fox. That's when you want to get in his head and hear the boos and everything. Want him get thinking about his time in Sacramento. Oh, man, I thought these people love me. Man, what's going on?
Mhm.
Because you're in the fight of the game.
Yeah.
You're trying to get him off his game, Whitey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to me, it's just like, you don't want to be here. You don't matter to us anymore. We're going to beat you. But I get it. If we're going to hear a lot of booing. By the way, are you trying to get a popcorn or something? I hear you. I see you, I should say, waving to somebody or trying to get somebody's attention.
Who, me? No, that's just me being hyped.
Fired up, baby.
This dude ain't been around me long enough, Jay. That's the way Drapes talks.
Right.
And trust me, they wouldn't deliver popcorn up here. I'm like a mile high above the Mile High City. Like, I'm up here, man.
So wait, real quick.
Trying to straight ahead in front of me right here.
A mile high at the Mile High City.
Yeah.
I like that. So, Whitey, you're okay with the initial starting five, the introduction booing, but nothing else. The rest of it.
I know it's inevitable.
Okay.
I hope I wouldn't boo him. I think people are overreacting with some of the things that he said. People have taken that to heart, taken it personally when I don't think he's talking about the city. But I know it's going to happen. I just hope we don't overreact because he's gone now. So what? You beat him. That's what you do. You're not with us anymore. You don't matter to us.
But this is the first time.
Yeah, I know.
First time.
I know.
I could see the 10th time down the road. It's like, all right, we got love for you. You put on for Sacramento. But at the same time, the first time,
I know.
you got to set a standard.
I'm just
here,
saying, we
Whitey.
got things to do now without you. You don't want to be part of it, but we're more worried about what we're doing in the standings. It's going to happen. I know that.
Yeah. But fellas, it would not have happened if De'Aaron didn't make the comments he made after he got traded. That's what pissed people off.
Mhm.
People weren't pissed at him because he got traded. People were pissed at the way he left town, the way he, allegedly threw shade on Sacramento and shade on the organization, And let me ask you this, and I know we're going to talk about this, going forward here these next couple of days, but remember the sneaker commercial that came out? And then at the end, it had cowboy boots. I don't know if that was doctored, if that was AI.
It was amended?
Yeah. But the question, to me, that's a bad look. That's bad. Like, damn, dude, we mourning you leaving here. We're upset. You're our guy, and you got traded. And it's like, you already done forgot about us.
Mhm.
You already done moved on that quickly. And so that's what hurts for Sacramento Kings fans. And that's why I could see some Kings fans being angry at De'Aaron. It's like, damn, dude, you were our guy for 7+ years. And now all of a sudden, you happy to be in greener pastures. I don't know. That's my take on it.
Mhm.
Like, the dude deserves an applause. Like, what he did here was phenomenal, and he had to go through a lot. Like, let's be honest, those first 4 years of his career,
right,
the organization, wasn't where it needed to be, and he didn't say anything. He was a great soldier, marching in line, playing his best, playing his hardest. But the way he exited, that's important too, guys.
Mhm. Yeah.
So,
I'm sure, as you say, we'll be talking more about it tomorrow and a lot more about it on Friday. But first, the Kings got some business to take care of tonight. We'll come right back with a look at the huge break the Kings could catch tonight. And we got to talk about Keegan, too, the resurgent Keegan Murray. That more with the Drive Guys coming up on Sacktown Sports.
Tonight, Kings and Nuggets. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 4:30. Tip off at 6.
The Kings play here on Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Fisher Investments. We may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Jerry and Kenny here from Bell Brothers. And if you've even thought of replacing your old, outdated, inefficient windows, now is the time to take action.
Right now at Bell Brothers, when you buy one window, you'll get the second one for 30% off. That's right. Buy one, get the second one 30% off.
That's real savings, up to $6,000. You have to buy at least 4 windows to qualify, and you can't mix windows and doors. But beyond that, every second window is 30% off.
For example, when you buy 10 windows, you will get 5 windows at 30% off. We also have 0% interest financing available for qualified buyers. Call for details.
To take advantage of our buy one, get one 30% off sale, call Bell Brothers now at 916-444-1234 or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Save Mart and McKee Brothers Plumbing and Rooter Incorporated. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
KHD-KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Just got this on X from Chris Lopez. Chris Lopez is a big Kings fan that I follow. And he says, looking forward to a crazy weekend of sports coming up. It says Spurs Kings Friday night, Sac Republic home opener Saturday night, Kings and Clippers at Inuit Dome Sunday, and then the Knicks and the Kings on Monday. So it gets busy, but first things first, Kings against the Nuggets tonight. Kyle Draper in Denver. He's got the call tonight, and we're still waiting to hear if Drapes might get any new information on the availability of the Nuggets' biggest stars. They got a lot of guys questionable tonight, Drapes, as we've been discussing.
Yeah, they got their big names, man. The 3-time MVP Jokic, who, is the guy, everything that, they do stems from him. And so still nothing, no update yet. And I wouldn't be surprised if Michael Malone plays a coy last minute, he's especially against the Sacramento Kings. He's not trying to tip his hand yet. And so think about it. If you're an opponent, Jokic is keeping you up at night. And so, if you're Doug Christie, you're racking your brain trying to figure out
gamesmanship,
100%. And so, that's a huge stretch, though, man. You mentioned, I forgot the Knicks game coming up on Monday. You see Golden State handled them. I know it was no Karl Anthony Towns, but that's going to be a massive game on Monday, too.
Right.
And so, like, every game from here on out, Whitey, carries that kind of weight, that kind of, massive kind of, standings kind of watch game.
Yeah. So Malik out tonight with a sprained toe, Sabonis out with a hamstring injury, of course. And then for Denver, at last report, and again, maybe Denver knows these guys are playing and they're just taking their time sharing it, but Jokic ankle questionable, Gordon ankle questionable, Watson knee questionable, and Strother, I think his is a knee also, sprained his knee. He is out. And Zeke Naji is also questionable, I believe. So obviously, the Kings could catch a huge break tonight, but at this point, Drapes, I'll be surprised if we don't see at least one of Gordon. I'll be surprised if Jokic doesn't play.
No, I'm with you on that. I'm with you. It's and if he doesn't play, then it's clearly like the dude just can't go.
Yeah,
it's not load management or rest, or because that's just not how he's been. And so I think this is a huge game, not only for us, but for them. I mean, the Lakers have overtaken them in the Western Conference.
How about that?
This would be huge for them if they finish behind the Lakers. And so this is a big game for them.
Did you have any idea that once the Lakers got Luka, they were going to take off like this? To be honest, I did not. I didn't know what they were going to do. They've been defending. I didn't see it coming. Did you?
No, not like this. And they have been playing better even before Luka. I will say that. That they had been making their charge. But remember, the question was, they don't have a center. What are they going to do defensively? Like you mentioned it, number one defense, I think, since January 13th. I mean, it's been tremendous. But as much as the Luka trade helped them, getting Vanderbilt back, getting Dorian Finney-Smith, Whitey, your guy, you wanted him, if I'm correct. Like that changed the makeup of this Lakers team. And they're doing it without Rui Hachimura. They're doing it without Austin Reeves. LeBron James is, been phenomenal. Think about it, though. Somebody put it on X, said it like this. LeBron James now has another guy that's as good as he is, high basketball IQ. Luka is making LeBron's job so much easier now, and it's scary, man. I still don't think they could beat like the Bostons of the world. I still would pick the Celtics, but I wouldn't want to see them in the playoffs with those two guys.
Right. And I think that begs an interesting question because LeBron last night becoming the first guy to score 50,000 combined points, that is combined regular season and playoff points. Luka after the game said, who knows, he could go to get to 70. And, I thought, well, he's not going to play that long. Oh, maybe now with Luka, maybe LeBron is going to play longer, Drapes. Maybe he's got reason to stick around a little bit.
If he doesn't have to carry the load, and think about it.
He's having a great year.
Dude, did you see the numbers?
Yeah.
That his numbers are better this year than one of his MVP seasons. I forget which year it was, 13 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like he has better numbers now at 40 years old than he did during his MVP season. And he's getting it done defensively. It's, Nico Harrison, he gave the Lakers a lifeline. He gave LeBron a lifeline, man, a new lease on life because they're balling and Luka's looking good too now, Whitey. Let's call it like he's putting up some numbers. What did he have, 30 and 14 last night, something like that?
30, 15, and 8.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Jay. I'm like, and that's your second best player or your 1A. You got two guys who, if you take them in any series, they could be the best two players. Like outside of maybe Shea and Jokic, any other matchup in the Western Conference, they're the two best players on the floor.
And Drapes, as you know, Jay has not come around to this yet, but that coaching they got, right?
Oh,
the Lakers.
Woo! You got Phil Jackson Part 2 and JJ Redick, man. I'll tell you, look at Jay Steeman over there. No, JJ's doing a hell of a job, though, man. He's doing a good job. And even Dalton Connect is getting some minutes now and playing well.
Your guy.
Yep. I wanted us to draft him. Yep. No doubt. No, they're clicking, man. They're doing good, but they got a tough schedule coming up. They got Knicks and Celtics coming up this week. So we'll see how they fare against those two squads.
Any thoughts on the big conspiracy theory, which is basically, okay, the new ownership gets the Mavs, so they want to move the team to Vegas. Some of this I may be making up myself, but the NBA says, well, we don't want you to do that. And they say, okay, well, you can move to Vegas at some point. You tear down the team, and then Dallas gets an expansion team. But for us to allow you to do that, you're going to have to send Luka to the Lakers. So there's all kinds of conspiracy theories swirling around, Drapes, because what the Mavericks have done is insane. As you know, Monday, with everything falling apart, that's when they announced that ticket prices are going up. So there's something unusual at the very least going on there.
Yeah, so I don't get it, and I think Nico Harrison is taking all the blame, and it just doesn't make sense to me. Like it seems like this, we talk in Sacramento about the owner, making decisions and meddling. I think that's what's happening in Dallas.
Right.
I think because something smells fishy here, right? Not only the Luka trade, obviously, but you get rid of Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes going out there looking like the second coming of, Ron Harper or Michael Jordan or something out there in Philly. Yeah. And so I'm not a conspiracy theorist when it comes to the move to Vegas. Because if that's the case, I bet you there'd be a lot of teams lining up to move to Vegas in some of these smaller markets. And so and Dallas is a traditional, a basketball market.
Right.
They got a long history. I just don't see it. I don't see it.
Plus, LeBron wants to be involved with that Vegas franchise at some point, right?
Yeah, but he's going to have to retire before that happens, right, Whitey? I don't know if he's playing another 5 years. I don't see how this is happening. But, yeah, LeBron, reportedly rumored to be interested in owning that team in Vegas. I think the worst kept secret in the world is that the expansion teams are going to go to Vegas and Seattle.
Right.
That's I think by 2027 that'll be announced.
Yeah. I know you've been you're going to be announcing tonight, and hopefully you'll be announcing a lot of points for Keegan Murray, who all of a sudden looks like he's found something, Drape. So you mentioned last time you were on with us, the coaches are trying to get him going early.
Yeah.
Something seems to have slipped back into place for Keegan.
Yeah, he's looking good, man. And some of his numbers, I was doing the research here, over his last 6, Whitey, better than 15 points per game. How about this? 43% from 3.
Wow.
And I just think when you look at the offense, and I was talking to Jay Triano about this, especially as of late, there's better spacing out there. It's more, guys were junking it up. There wasn't much spacing. And Doug has said he's calling more plays early in the game, too. Before it was just get in where you could fit in, read and react and all this. There's been a little more structure early in games. And it's a smart move, though, to get Keegan going early. Because here's the thing. We've all played sports. We've all run up and down the floor. If you don't touch the ball, if you're not in the mix offensively and you want me to guard the best player defensively, come on, man, at least reward me with a few touches here.
Yeah, I got to get some sugar.
Yeah, let me get something. Hey, let me feel the ball at least. And so I think that's what's happening to Keegan. And I will say, he's looking for a shot a little bit more.
Yes.
Like he's not deferring as much, and that's good.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. Like, why does DeMar have to be the go-to guy in terms of DeMar doesn't defer, Zach doesn't defer. Keegan, you're the number 4 overall pick. You shouldn't have to defer. You have that scoring capability, and it's best for the team. When I used to coach my son's team, man, I love Nick to death. Nick is my guy. He's my guy. But I'm like, bro, if you're not a threat offensively, basically you're playing 5-on-4. You're allowing the defense to play 5-on-4 against you. You got to be a threat out there. And so now with Keegan clicking, now who do you double off of? Now who do you sag off of? We don't have any weaknesses.
Spacing, like you said. Spacing.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah.
How
about this, Whitey? We've been talking about Keegan and his offensive numbers, but what they're asking this dude to do defensively is just unbelievable. Like, he's literally starting off on the best player every single night, whether it's Kyrie Irving or Steph Curry or Jokic tonight. Like, he's guarding 1 through 5 out here and they're asking a lot of, and he's doing it, not complaining, and he's doing a hell of a job. And I would not be surprised to see him get some minutes on De'Aaron Fox to start come Friday as well.
Yeah.
Throw some size and length on De'Aaron Fox come Friday.
The thing that really stands out to me about Keegan right now, besides the obvious, is before you could see him kind of process things. Like he'd have the ball and you could see him thinking, I'm open, I'm supposed to shoot this. And now before he even gets the ball, he's thinking, I've got a shot. Give me the ball. And it's all confidence, but it's a huge difference.
Yeah, you know what's happening too, Whitey? You know, a lot of times, and players have talked about this before, you know, the word selfish has a negative connotation. But in sports, in basketball, sometimes you do have to be selfish. We talked about it last segment or 2 segments ago with DeMar DeRozan. If you got the mismatch, be selfish. Being selfish at times actually helps the team, if you will. If you're passing up shots, and Mike Brown used to talk about this all the time, if you're passing up shots, that's hurting your teammates.
Right.
That's hurting your team.
Yeah.
So be a little selfish out there, Keegan Murray. You're good enough. Here's the thing, Whitey. I'm a firm believer, especially on our team, we don't have any alpha egos. So if Keegan comes out there chucking it, who's going to say something to him? Who's going to be like, Keegan, stop shooting the ball? We don't have that kind of guy that barks at her. You know what I mean? We don't have LeBron. We don't have KD. You know, those guys would be like, yo, give up the ball. You know, what do you do? But I don't think our guys operate like that. And so go out there and be aggressive, young fella.
Yeah, so far so good since Domas got hurt. But how long can the Kings stay afloat without him? We're back with that. Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
Spring is here, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings, plus get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
It's March, and you're in luck because at Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, they're slam dunking the competition with unbeatable deals on overhead doors. Hey there, Jason Ross here, and whether you're upgrading your home just like we did or need a reliable, secure garage door, they've got the perfect match for you. And March is the perfect time for a fresh start. Take your home to the next level with high-quality doors that stand strong, look amazing, and are installed by trusted professionals. The winning results we got is more than we could have asked for, and you can do the same. So visit overheaddoorofsacramento.com today and check out their showroom as well. And when you do, mention me, Jason Ross, or Sacktown Sports, and find out about the $150 off a new garage door with the purchase of a garage door opener. Your dream door, just like us, is a click away. You can call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Kyle Draper joining us from Denver. So let's see. Zach Levine made that one from Aurora, Colorado. I don't know. You have any idea where you're going to go?
Vail, maybe?
Oh,
Can I do
yeah.
Vail? Yeah, you know. Yeah. I'll look up some spots. I'll see what's around here. You
Boulder.
know,
Boulder's a
Boulder.
good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Exactly.
Colorado Springs.
Yeah. Where do they have the film festival out here? That's out here, right? Or no? Or is that in Utah?
I think it's Utah.
Is that Utah? I get
Yeah.
those two mixed up, man. I just know they both cold and got mountains.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Telluride.
All right, Telluride. Yeah, that's one too.
That's
one,
where the
too.
film festival,
Oh, okay.
Telluride Film Festival.
Yeah, let me look it up here, Whitey.
Whitey just looked it up.
Yeah, Telluride. Yeah. That's the
Telluride,
film
yeah.
festival. Yep.
So there you go.
Yeah, I might do that.
Yeah. Let's hope you have a lot of opportunities to do that tonight. You know, Denver, as you well know, Denver, they don't shoot a lot of threes, but they make a high percentage. And the Kings are kind of leaning that way too, Drapes.
Yeah. In terms of
not taking a lot of threes, but making a high percentage.
Well, here's the thing, Whitey. How's that shoot around? They're still talking about 50.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. They're still talking about getting it up, man, and so I think it's one of those things where you just constantly preach it, and hopefully it gets embedded in the head of the players. And so, no, you're right. Denver's dead last, I believe, in 3-point attempts, but they're third in 3-point percentage. And so I believe the Kings will try to force them to be a 3-point shooting team because they're number one in points in the paint in the league. So I think, if Denver's shooting a high volume of threes, that's actually sort of playing into the game plan of the Kings, and hopefully they're missing them. But no, 50 is still being preached behind the scenes. I know that for a fact.
Well, like I told you, and Jay was here. I mean, Doug told us, I'm trying to get him to 45, so I'm saying 50, because he didn't expect him to get to 50. But speaking of Jokic, as we await a word on whether he's actually playing tonight or not, they just got back. They're getting back from a 4-game trip, or the Nuggets. And on one of these games, you may know which game it was, Drapes. I don't know if it was the last one or the one before.
Yeah.
Michael Malone got a tee 49 seconds into the game. And he got a tee 49 seconds into the game because of the way Jokic was being manhandled. And that's one of the things teams are doing now against Jokic. They're just trying to get him away from the basket and then just try to prevent him from getting anywhere near the basket. The officials, as we know, are allowing a lot more physical play in some instances. And Michael Malone said, no, we're not having that. So we'll see if he plays, if that's a tactic the Kings employ tonight, is just really try to body him up.
Yeah. I wonder if that was the Detroit game.
Might have been.
Yeah, it might have been the Detroit game. But no, I think that's the book on Jokic is try to be physical with him. You know what I mean? Don't give him those easy catches. Pressure him, when he crosses half court and just dribbling the ball up. And so I do think that'll be part of the game plan. And Michael Malone talked about it too the other day afterwards. I got the quote right here. I want to pull it up because he knows, other teams are starting to do that against his star player as well. Michael Malone said, quote, team's game plan. They're going to let guys like Christian and Russ and whoever else shoot the ball to try to stay home and crowd the paint and be physical with Jokic and Jamal Murray out there on the court. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see the Kings really pressure Jokic.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say pressure, I mean noticeably. Like, you can't let it, because this dude will pick you apart. And conversely, Whitey, on the defensive side for him, go at him.
Right.
He ain't trying to, slide the puppies. He's not trying to block shots at the rim. And so
he's got a bad puppy right now, too.
Yeah. He got a bad wheel right now. So
Yeah.
you got to take advantage of that tonight.
Yeah. You remember what he did last time. I know Kings fans want to forget it. Last time they played there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And that was where Denver was way ahead and the Kings came back. That was a Dougie McDermott.
Dougie McBuckets,
right?
Yeah.
And he was like, Jokic was 35, 22, and 17 or something obscene like that?
Remember he hit that 3-quarter shot or that 80-footer or whatever? Yeah, I remember that very well. I remember that very well.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
Kyle Ledbetter said today that was the most amazing thing. That shot was the most amazing thing he's ever seen on a basketball court. But he's young, he hasn't seen
he's
that
young,
much.
right?
Yeah.
He thinks the league started with, Steph Curry. That's But here's the thing about that shot, Whitey. Like, sorry, Kyle Ledbetter.
He's right there. He's listening.
Yeah, it caught Mark Jones off guard too. Everybody was like, all right, into the quarter, going into the half or second or whatever it was, and then it went in and we were like, oh my God, like this dude, man. And I don't know if you've watched, have you watched the Netflix show Court of Gold?
No, I have plans to watch it. Jay's been telling me I need to watch it. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Check it out, man. Jokic is a beast, man. He's so freaking good. And so if he plays tonight, we're going to have our hands full, man.
Drapes, I got to tell you, that's one of the things I admire the most about a pro basketball player is those guys. Steph's one of them too. Those guys that they get the ball at the end of the quarter or the half or the game, and they're not going to make the shot almost certainly, but they let it fly anyway because they know it helps my team if it goes in. Right. If it doesn't, it hurts my shooting percentage, but I don't care. I'm trying to help my team win. And as you know, not everybody takes those shots. A lot of guys are masters of waiting till just when the horn sounds, and then they let it go. Like, oh, I got it away too late.
Yeah. And to your point, man, when you're a great player, you're not worried about field goal percentage.
Yeah.
Or, like to think of a guy like Steph Curry. Amazing, truly. Like some of his shots, like the level of difficulty on his half court shots.
Yeah.
Is just, but he has that belief that, you know what, A, they're going to go in, and B, like you said, man, if this goes in,
right,
this gives us the momentum. This changes the course of the game. And when you're great like that, you're secure enough that you don't have to worry about your shooting percentage.
I remember Danny Ainge was one of those guys. He didn't mind. A lot of guys don't like to do it, which I get, but some guys are like, I don't care. If this goes in, it's good for us. So good for them. Now, the Kings have been playing really well in the 2 games without Sabonis. I mean, one of those games he played a minute, whatever it was. How long, Drapes, would you say, honestly, looking at the schedule here, how long is it realistic to think they can stay afloat without Domas?
Well, let's talk about the schedule.
Mhm.
Let's talk about it. You know, obviously tonight you're going to miss him going against Jokic. I think where you'll miss him the most might be offensively, going at him offensively, offensive rebounds and things like that. I don't think you'll miss him that much against the Spurs. No Wemby. Valanciunas should still be able to have his way down there. But then you're talking about a Clippers team who got some big bodies.
Yes.
Zubats is a beast.
I know.
We got to give Zubats his love come Sunday. That dude, you see what he put up against the Lakers the other day? I think it was 34 and 16 or something like that. Something crazy.
He's a monster.
Yeah. He's a monster. And then you got the Knicks. Is Karl Anthony Towns going to play? I would assume so, even though he missed last night because of personal reasons. I think this team is well equipped, though, Whitey, man, to withstand it. And I understand the schedule's tough and all that. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard out there for us. But, I'm actually liking the response I'm seeing from these guys. Because a month ago, if Domas would have went out, it felt like Domas had to play 40 minutes or he couldn't miss a game. We would lose our identity when Domantas Sabonis was out the game. That's not the same anymore. We're still the same team. Maybe not as good, obviously, because you want to have your all-NBA center out there, but it's not the end of the world. We can absorb it for a small stretch. I ain't trying to go, a month without Domas, but, and the fact that he's still on this trip, too, with the team, I think is key as well. Like, that's encouraging. It's not like he went back to SAC and is just getting treatment 24/7. He's still out here with the team, still a part of it too. And so I think we'll be all right without him in the short term.
In the half court, it's been with Valanciunas, it's been almost seamless. And I was tempted to say, well, they've played bad teams, but Houston's a really good defensive team. But it's like these guys, and I know DeMar and Valanciunas have played together, but it's like these guys seem like they've played together a long time, which just speaks to the way Valanciunas plays. Also, we mentioned this earlier. He's a really good distributor. Probably doesn't get the credit he deserves for that. The other thing to me, Drapes, is that Trey Lyles is playing really well right now, and he obviously could be a big factor tonight if he's shooting the ball well, which he has been. Because if it's Jokic, then that causes a lot of problems for Denver.
My guy, Trey Lyles.
Your guy.
My guy,
Yeah.
Trey Lyles. What do you have, 9 and 9 the other night?
He had 6 assists.
Oh, he had 6 assists?
Yes.
Let me look at this. Dang, Trey was dishing them out. No, he's a good player, man. And I think adding Valanciunas, adding LaRavia takes some of the pressure off of Trey. Because remember, before we made these moves, we needed big games from Trey. We needed Trey to be a factor night in and night out. Now it's like, all right, Trey, give us what you can. We'll be fine no matter what. And now he's playing free. And what I'm liking from Trey, he's playing with a little bit of edge out there.
Yeah.
Like he's competing out there, battling for loose balls, not giving up layups, snatching rebounds, giving assists. Like I think he's settled into sort of a role, if you will, especially now without Domas. We're going to need this guy. We're going to need him these next couple weeks.
Drapes, to my eye, maybe I'm projecting this, but I don't think I am. Jay and I talked about this yesterday. When Doug came in, he talked about how he wanted this team to be a team that could play in a gritty fashion. And the Kings it seems to me they're kind of naturally evolving into kind of a blue-collar, tough team. Some of that is guys like Keon, they get in the passing lanes. A lot of that is Valanciunas, and, of course, Domas is tough too. But even DeMar DeRozan getting in Dylan Brooks' grill. Yeah, they're becoming that kind of a really tough, maybe not to get out and run as much as, we'd like them to sometimes just because it's visually pleasing. But I think they're becoming, bruising might be too strong a word, but they're becoming, to my eye, a very physical team.
Yes, they are. And, you mentioned DeMar. I'm going to throw Valanciunas out there also.
Yeah.
And so this is to me a different Kings basketball team than we saw the first 2-3 months of the season.
Yes.
Like, it's before De'Aaron and after De'Aaron. You know what I mean? Or while De'Aaron was here and then after De'Aaron is how we got to look at it.
BF and AF. Before Fox and after.
All right, there you go. All right. You got it, Furby. You got it. But yeah, I agree, man. And give Doug some credit, man. Give Doug, because it's something he preaches every single day, man. Being physical. It's about us, not them. We're not backing down. We're taking the fight to them. We're, at physicality, being physical to them. And the guys are buying in. And I tell you, Whitey, it's the same thing Mike Brown a couple of years ago, Whitey, when he first got here. He's preaching. They go on a nice little win streak, and guys are saying to themselves, oh, man, coach is right. What he's saying is right. That does lead to – and so when you start winning some games and Doug is preaching, being physical, here's the way to do it. It's like, all right, you got the blueprint now. You know how to play. And so I'm looking for a dogfight tonight. I think our boys are hungry. I don't think they're satisfied with 3-0 on the road trip. I don't think they'll be like, oh, yeah, 3-1 on the road trip. No, I think they're actually trying to get this one. And I'll say this. I was at shoot-around, and they were more dialed in defensively than I've seen them since Doug took over. And this is what I mean. They spent more time going over the game plan, the scouting report, the execution in a shoot-around. Because usually, you do that in film session. You do that, when you're talking to the guy. But trying to defend Jokic, they were locked in. And so I'm interested to see in how the game plan actually works tonight, because I know it's a priority. It's something they worked on a lot during today's shoot-around.
Yeah, then we'll come back and take a look at all the Kings are getting done all of a sudden at the defensive end when we come back. Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
As we all continue to hear scary ads about the IRS, Tax Relief Advocates is leading the way, showing U.S. taxpayers why they don't need to be afraid of the IRS. Whether you owe the IRS $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, TRA has a solution. With major tax relief initiatives currently in effect, we could reduce or even eliminate what you owe to the IRS, business or personal. Our experts know how to resolve tax problems and end all collections. TRA is America's highly rated tax resolution firm with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and thousands of 5-star Google reviews. Don't wait. You may qualify for a significant tax debt reduction that can give you a fresh start, but you must call for a free consultation and to check what tax relief you qualify for. Visit TRA.com or call our relief hotline at 800-335-8578. 800-335-8578. Again, that's 800-335-8578. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and skip the regular line at the airport and pay for speedy security. Imagine not having to quickly unpack and pack at the place you already came packed to. And wearing your shoes the whole time you're there? You can't put a price on that kind of luxury. Well, actually you can, and you paid for it. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for speedy security. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sacktown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting sacktownsports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Our rivers are a part of Sacramento that we can all take pride in. But just one piece of litter can ruin the picture. Alan Stiles here from Sacktown Sports. Let's keep our community beautiful and make Sacramento litter-free. Learn how at BeRiverFriendly.net.
When you're overwhelmed with tax debt, deciding what to do next is a true win or lose decision. You can lose your car, your paycheck, even your retirement savings, or you can choose someone to help you win this battle with the IRS. Now is the time to tackle your tax debt, but you don't have to do it alone. Meet Priority Tax Relief, veteran-owned and the expert in tax debt resolution. Our priority is fighting for you. Our team has helped clients save millions and can reduce or even erase your tax debt. Call 800-406-1584 right now to talk to our winning team. Priority Tax Relief has a direct line to the IRS. That's right, a fast track to find out if you qualify for life-changing tax relief in just minutes. Priority Tax Relief fights to protect your money, has 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Why wait? Call Priority Tax Relief for your free tax consultation. Call 800-406-1584. That's 800-406-1584. Let's make your taxes our priority. Stop your tax debt now. Call 800-406-1584.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
Get ready, of course, for the Kings and the Nuggets. Last time the Kings played the Nuggets in Denver, our own Kyle Ledbetter said that shot that Jokic made at the end of the third quarter where he just threw one 80 feet, whatever. Kyle says it's the most amazing thing he's ever seen in a basketball game. So it got me to thinking, what's the most amazing thing I've ever seen in a basketball game, Drapes? And it was actually in Sacramento. And I just had to look it up to get the date. It was December of 1994. And I know a lot of fans listening were probably at the game. It was at Arco Arena. Do you remember this play, Jay? You might have been too young. In 94, you might have been too young.
I was 10.
Ball's going out of bounds. The Minnesota Timberwolves, J.R. Ryder reaches out to save it with his back to the basket, just flings it back towards the court, and it goes in.
Yeah, I remember that.
Unbelievable. Just from the sideline.
Yeah, that was.
Just like trying to save it and made the shot. Unbelievable.
Isaiah, town business. Okay. When I just think of what is incredible on a basketball floor, for me, it's Vince Carter jumping over the French gentleman in the Olympics. Like, you don't.
Frederick Weiss, I think.
Yeah. And I saw somebody, I think Matt Barnes, Matt Barnes was talking about it on his podcast not too long ago. He actually got drafted and made the league a little bit. The Frenchman.
I think he went to the Knicks.
I think it was either Knicks or Lakers. It was a big team. It was one of the bigger teams. But just to see someone do that in a game, that's like high school stuff.
Right.
But to do that as in the Olympics, the best of the best, that's crazy.
You got anything, Drapes?
No, I'm trying to think, man. What's the
Drapes done seen too much basketball.
I know, right? You know what I mean?
I've seen it all, guys.
Y'all ain't been to the Lifetime in Folsom on a Sunday. You know what I mean? You come watch the Nah, to me, it wasn't one play. Although, how about Magic's 94-foot heave? 90-foot heave, right? Why do you remember that? He heaved it from almost underneath the basket. This is way back. And it was a shot put and went in. And obviously, I was a big Magic fan, so I remember that. But to me, my most vivid basketball memory isn't one shot. It's freaking LeBron James in TD Garden in game number 6, against the Celtics, and the way he, just owned that game, 45 points, I believe it was. And so that was like, when it goes down, when I, hang it up to broadcasting career, I could say, I was at that game. That was a magnificent.
Dude, he missed a shot for like the first 15 or something, right?
Yeah.
Something crazy. He was like 23 or 25.
Paul Pierce. We got to get Pierce on the show. I got to hit Paul Pierce up.
Just to talk about that?
Just to talk about that. Because, man, he was killing Paul Pierce. And I remember the Celtics were so cocky, man. KG, Pierce. Like, they would try to punk you on the court, and they had done a great job against LeBron. Like that, they were about to send LeBron home once again, and LeBron just went into zero dark 30 mode and got it done. I was like, man.
Drapes, that reminds me, as you were talking, it reminds me of, and I don't know that I saw this live. I might have seen it later that day because I think it was on Memorial Day, May 7th, 29. Well, no. That's when this video was posted. Pardon me. 1995, Reggie Miller scoring 8 points in 9 seconds against the
Knicks.
Yeah. And I was like, you can't do that.
Right.
You'd have to see it to even believe it happened.
Yep. Didn't T-Mac have something like that too? Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, something crazy like that. Yeah.
He had something crazy like that also. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So we roll on here. Hopefully nothing like that from Jokic tonight. Let's be honest, we're hoping he won't even play, but it sure looks like, if we haven't heard anything yet, there's probably...
Let him play, Whitey. Just let that dude play.
I don't want
Why are you running from that, Whitey?
Right, we ain't ducking that smoke.
I would rather he not play. I'm going to stand up with that. He's pretty good, Jay.
Oh, no doubt, but I ain't running from it. I ain't running. Step on the floor, run up and get done up, as they say. Man, ain't nobody scared of the Nuggets with Jokic.
And Aaron Gordon, he can take the night off, too.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to play, though. I'd be surprised if he plays.
Really?
Yeah, he's been banged up quite a bit the last couple of weeks. He hasn't been playing a lot.
Mm-hmm. He's going to
say. I'm looking at the updated injury report. Man, the Nuggets, man, they taking this all the way to game time decision. Nothing new. It just came out 6 minutes ago. Everybody's still questionable.
Playing
Jokic,
games.
Gordon, yep. Mind games out here, huh?
Mm-hmm. Michael Malone, keep on playing those mind games. So, Drapes, one of the things that stands out about the Kings' recent surge is what they're doing at the defensive end. And it's interesting because you said that's something they were working on today, eh?
Yeah, they're dialed in, man. And you know, I had talked to Doug about it, and they're doing he instituted a couple new things defensively, not just for this game, but, you know, the last 4 or 5. And the guys seem to be buying into it. And because one thing that I'm noticing, fellas, is you don't see as many free runs to the basket. Remember that Golden State game? It seemed like they had good looks from 3, good looks in the paint.
Yeah, rolling out the red carpet.
Right, seriously. Yeah, exactly. And so now it looks like, obviously, you want to guard the ball at the point of attack. But even if you do get beat, there's your help there. Like, guys are on the string. Like, you're not on an island, you know, where it felt like at times before, like I said, that Golden State game, you get beat, you turn around, ain't nobody behind you, nobody helping out, nobody sagging over. It seems to be, you know, guys have each other's back out here as of late. And the numbers indicate it, man. I mentioned it. Number 5 in defense. Defensive rating since the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I confess, sometimes I kind of roll my eyes when people talk all the time about rim protection. And I know it's important, but I think sometimes people talk too much about it. It's not freaking hockey, or it's not, you know, soccer where you have a goalie back there protecting the rim. But it is important, I know, and it was just Dallas, but I believe it was in the Dallas game. I don't remember the last time I saw this from someone playing against the Kings. Somebody drove, and my wife noticed, like, oh, he didn't want to shoot it because Valanciunas is in there. So, you know, that doesn't happen against the Kings where someone goes to the basket. It's like they got to kick it out because they're afraid of what's going to happen. So there definitely is that element to the Kings defense that we haven't seen before. I don't know, since Hassan Whiteside, maybe? I don't know. It's been a while.
Let me ask you this with Valanciunas, because, you know, I get to know him a little bit off the court, you know, and talking to him.
See your guy?
Bus. Oh, he's definitely my guy. He's 100% my guy.
I'm not surprised.
You know, 100%. But do you think he's, and this is not a negative, this is not a shot, is he more bark than bite? Like, because he's massive, he's scary. But is he like a big teddy bear? Like, for instance, Kendrick Perkins, big perk, menacing on the court. You know, you're scared. But then off the court, you know, approachable, jokester. And I feel like Jonas, you know, he's not necessarily a jokester, but he's very approachable. You know, he'll talk to you and everything like that. Is it just the way he carries himself? Does he just, like, Steven Adams, for instance, looks like an imposing figure. You don't want to touch Steven Adams, but you talk to people behind the scenes. Nice guy, great dude. Do you think Jonas is more bark than bite?
Well, obviously,
and not in a negative way.
Right. Obviously, I don't know him like you do, but in my experience, I've noticed this with athletes. Dave Stewart comes to mind. Sometimes the toughest guys are the nicest guys because they don't have to prove anything to you. But that doesn't mean that, you know, they're going to back down or anything. And Jonas definitely strikes me as one of those guys. You can see the way teams, they have respect for him that borders on fear because they know what he's capable of. And you do see flashes of it. You know, the Kings saw way too much of him last year when he's playing physically and punishing you. And did you see the video of shoot around a couple of weeks ago? I think Sean Cunningham posted it, of Zach LaVine when he went up and he decided he was going to, you know, kind of spar with Valanciunas a little bit.
I did see that.
Yeah,
I did see that.
So this guy could just crush you like a bug. And even though he's not coming after you, you just don't want to enrage him, Drapes. That's the way I look at it.
Right. Exactly. You know, He's like, who was it way back? I will break you or something like that. Ivan Drago or something like, you don't want to mess with Valanciunas. And we needed that though, Whitey. We needed that imposing figure. We needed that toughness. To your point, we needed a deterrent from teams getting to the paint and trying to score in the paint.
Right.
And Valanciunas has given us that.
So you think the defense is legit? The reason I say that is because they have been playing bad teams. Even Houston, good team, but not a good shooting team. So those numbers that you mentioned, are the Kings earning those numbers, or are they just taking advantage of some teams like Charlotte and Dallas that are not very good?
No, I'm gonna give the numbers what they are. Like, I'm gonna respect the numbers because Houston, do they have some offensive issues? Yes, but they're still a good team. I look at a team like Charlotte. Yeah, they got some issues. But here's the thing, and I'm going to do it flip side. I'm going to look at it from a Denver perspective, Whitey. Denver went on that nice little 8-game winning streak. I think it was something like that, 6-game winning streak, something like that. But when you look at it, the quality of competition they beat was awful.
Right.
They were 2-2 against winning teams and I think 8-0 against losing teams during that streak. They had won 10 of 12. Nobody talked about, the strength of schedule or the numbers don't. No, we were saying, man, Denver's rounding into shape. They're looking good. And so I'm going to say that about our guys too, because here's the thing. We've seen them lose to these type of teams.
Yes.
We've seen Golden State lose to Philly. A win is a win is a win, and the numbers are backing it up. And so, I'm not going to knock them for that or saying it's fool's gold or anything like that. Tonight's the test, though, obviously. You get it done tonight. And I was texting somebody earlier. They're like, man, this is a massive game. I'm like, if they win this game, the city's going to go nuts. It's going to be on. Like the crowd, the fan base, it's going to be some vibes. And so
it will be lit in Sacramento.
Exactly, 100%. And so, man, it would be huge if they got this one.
Brendan Nunes, our own Brendan Nunes in the chat says that Valanciunas is super nice to us in the locker room as well. And I think, he's super, super nice, Brendan, to you and Frankie, especially Frankie, because Valanciunas don't want to mess with Frankie. Am I right, Drapes?
Really? Is that
Well, would you? I mean, if you're Valanciunas, you don't want to mess with Frankie Carter.
Anybody, but
you mean Mr. Rogers?
Another call.
No offense to Frankie C. That's our guy, man. And I didn't get the chance to hear the Return of the Roar last night. Their show after you guys last night. But no, he's Mr. Right, and he's a new dad.
That's
as well.
right.
So he's a softie even more. He's like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man out there.
Just be careful with Frankie, Jonas. When we come back, who Kings fans need to root for tonight in the topsy-turvy West. That's next on Sacktown Sports.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers. T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
When our old heater collapsed with a heavy sigh and a piercing shriek, we needed a new one in the worst way. But I don't know if you've ever had occasion to look through something like this. There are a lot of HVAC companies out there. So how do you choose when you need one? A friend recommended we check out Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating at leesair.com. And I'm glad I listened, because Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating was ready to come out the day we called. They treated us with the utmost respect, from the person who answered the phone to the guys who installed our new HVAC unit. So it comes down to why choose Lee's. They offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. You can't do better than that. They get 4.8 stars on Google, so a lot of friends recommend them. They've won awards for their service. They've spent more than 40 years serving the Valley's HVAC heating and plumbing needs. You can trust Lee's with installation and repair of your AC, furnace, water heater, plus residential and commercial plumbing repair and commercial HVAC services too. You can find out more at leesair.com. Check out their mission statement. And the mission statement is all about serving the community and serving you, the customer. Check on their $99 HVAC tune-up service. So here would be my advice. Let Lee's take care of you the way they took care of me, treating us like family while setting us up with an HVAC system that has improved our quality of life. Lee's Air, Plumbing, and Heating. License number 635355.
One ticket, two huge shows.
The Sacramento Boat Show and the Big RV Show. Multiple dealers discounting all the best brands.
March 6th through 9th at Sacramento's Cal Expo.
Find discounts at
twohugeshows.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Hey, Daydreamer. Did we catch you thinking about your dreams? With Wells Fargo Premier, a team can help you plan for them. So let's imagine your biggest dream. Not the easy one, the one behind it. The one you work towards every day and every night. Can you see it? Then we can help you plan for it. Ready to start planning for your dreams? You can at wellsfargo.com/getpremier.
Spring is finally here, and so are spring projects. So get them started at Harbor Freight's parking lot sale. This weekend, save on products like pressure washers for $69.99, 42-inch roller cabinets for under $500, plus 30% off Hercules corded power tools. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until 3/9/25 while supplies last. Limitations apply, so spring in before it's over.
Jackson Hewitt wants you to save money on tax prep. We're saving money by having our intern rap in this commercial.
Don't stress, Jackson Hewitt's got expert tax prep, $149 or less. Yo, some tax guys lie about price. They got hidden fees, that ain't nice. Ain't nice. Don't ignore MC Kevin's rhyme, because this deal's for a limited time. $149
for tax prep that's $149 or less. Hurry into Jackson Hewitt today.
No cap.
Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Sacktown Sports.
A lot of excitement in the air as we get ready for the Kings and the Nuggets. Kings, of course, trying to complete a perfect road trip. We were just talking about Jonas Valanciunas in the Chateau. Brandon Dietzman says, JV is a teddy bear for us. Eyes turn red when he's on the other side. Well, the last game, Drapes, I don't know if you noticed this. There was a review. They went to, the green light special. And for some reason, at least on TV, the green light was reflecting off of surfaces and people's heads. And Jonas was near the scores table, and the green light was reflecting right off his eyes. And I should have taken a picture of it because it looked like he was hulking out. And I thought, he's already hulked out. That would be super.
That'd be cool.
Super
right?
scary. Yeah.
Good thing he's on our team, right?
Yes. Jeffrey Zingapan, he says, Monk is out for the game versus Denver. Can we get the W? Tony Ray Harvey says, yes, we can get the W. And I know Kyle Draper thinks we can get the W. Do we have anything new on the injury front, Drapes?
Nah, nothing new, man. I'm scouring everything.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure it out, trying to find out, and nothing new. Michael Malone's going to slow play this, it sounds like. Obviously no Malik tonight. I think Keon will get the start. But, for the Nuggets, they got a host of guys. And let's be honest, Aaron Gordon is a problem against us.
Yeah.
And I know last game he didn't, score a lot, but he was just coming back from injury, came off the bench. But that first game, he dominated us. He had his way with us. And so if he can't go, that's a massive loss for Denver.
Yeah. They're not an especially deep team since they won the championship. They've done a good job of finding some talent that doesn't cost as much, but they don't have a ton of depth. So, I mean, maybe things, will roll the Kings' favor as far as that goes tonight. Also, the Kings are looking for help tonight, of course, as they're going to be for a while now, with the West race as tight as it is. So, Minnesota at Charlotte tonight, Drapes, and Detroit at the Clippers. So the Kings, they could, of course, if everyone wins or loses, stay where they are. They could rise to 7th tonight. They could fall to 9th. How much faith do you have in either Charlotte at home against Minnesota giving the Kings any help, or Detroit at the Clippers giving the Kings a little help?
Now, I like Detroit. I think, if anything, Detroit will probably be the team that gets the win. I'm looking at it right now. Detroit 35-27. Clippers 32-29. Pistons are a better team than the Clippers, and I understand it's at home, Intuit Dome, second night of a back-to-back for the Clippers. They got tested all the way to the end and lost that game last night, and so the question is, will Kawhi play tonight, Whitey? Second night of a back-to-back? I don't know. We'll have to see. And so, no, I got faith in my Detroit Pistons, man. Cade Cunningham getting it done, and so. I'm not thinking Charlotte though. I'm not. I just can't.
So that's Jay's squad.
Jay, I get it, man. I get it. LaMelo's exciting, but damn, dude, eventually you got to get a winner, right, bro? You got to saddle up to somebody with a future, some hope.
How dare you turn your back on Miles Bridges and company?
Man, they struggling, dude.
They're struggling. They're good for a pop-out win and beat the Lakers here and there, though. They're doing the yeoman's work here and there. We just need 2 or 3 more victories throughout the season against Western Conference teams. We're all right.
Jay, I just saw in Drape's course, I just saw one of those stories from kind of a secondary or second tier, outlet on the internet, but they were saying a lot of teams around the NBA this summer, they're and the rest of the season, they're keeping an eye on LaMelo to see if they might be able to pry him out of there.
He's going to LA, man. I know it's
that's what I thought.
Inevitable.
But now Luka, I don't think. Yeah, he's not going to go there.
Yeah, I don't know. Clippers might come calling though.
Yeah, maybe the Clippers. Maybe
do you
think he's the type? And we don't know him obviously, but do you think he's the type to ask out, or is it once free agency hits, I'm out of here? Kind of what? Like it's not by way of trade, right? I think everybody's positioning for when he becomes a free agent.
Yeah. It'd be interesting, Drapes. I'm not sure. I think he likes the it seems like he likes Charlotte. It seems like the younger generation in Charlotte has attached to him. I think he gets more love than anything, more positive than negative from Charlotte. So I could see.
He's like almost the only reason to go to a game there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Brandon Miller, of course. Brandon Miller's hurt, but why not? Charlotte, you go get an $8 ticket, go see Melo. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's an interesting situation because where does he fit? Like I've seen numbers. People talk about the Rockets. So I've seen some people talk about the Warriors. I've seen people talk about Chicago. Like, where does Melo fit?
Maybe he and his brother want to go to LA. I'm with you on the LA thing. I've just been assuming that's where he's going to go.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'd like to play with Lonzo and get, Jello can do the pregame entertainment. Reunited.
That's nothing but LA though. That's LA love.
Yeah.
I mean, you really look around, point guards are at a premium throughout the league. Like more than ever, I think we have some top flight point guards because they're scorers nowadays. So I don't know where he fits and who's really looking for a point guard.
The problem with him, as much as we all love how exciting he is, but if you were like really looking at it from a business standpoint, he takes a lot of shots, doesn't make a lot, and he gets hurt a lot. So Drapes, you have to be careful with him, right? If you were like trying to hitch your wagon to him.
I don't know about that. I hear conventional wisdom. Yes, you're 100% right, Whitey. But I seem to think, man, if he was playing for something, maybe he doesn't miss some of those games.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Maybe they don't hold it like, and so I look at it like, You go to a different organization, different medical staff, plan, alongside your peers, guys that can actually get it done. Your workload isn't as much. Maybe you don't get hurt. You go to a team with another veteran on there, reins you in. I don't know. I think, when I look at LaMelo, to Jay's point, I think with the right team and the right supporting cast, he could be really good. Like really, and I know he's putting up numbers.
He'll sell tickets too. He'll sell a lot of tickets.
He'll sell some tickets. Yeah. Exactly. He just needs more experience, more, just a little more maturity in his game. And he's going to be a problem if he gets with the right organization.
Yeah. Drapes, we haven't had a chance to, I know you talked about it on post game, but we haven't on the show had a chance to hear your thoughts on, the terrible injury for Kyrie Irving. What'd you make of that situation?
That was tough.
Yeah.
Man. That was. And we replayed it, too, on the air. And I was like, ooh, that was one of those. I didn't want to see again. I turned away the second time they showed the replay. And that's tough, man. Like, it's that franchise, it's been a house of horrors here these last couple of months. Man. It's just been ridiculous. And I hate to see it because Kyrie was balling, too. And it seemed like he had found a spot. You know what I mean? It was all about basketball. Wasn't about any drama off the court or anything like that. He had found a spot. And based on the statement Nico Harrison made, what was it, yesterday, I think, like even with the injury, they fully expect to have Kyrie around and being part of the franchise moving forward. He can opt out. He got a player option after this season. And it sounds like they want to bring him back and make him, one of the leaders of the franchise.
If I don't know if I want that if I'm him. I mean, from his point of view on it, the way things are going there. But yeah, that was tough to see. We're losing too many guys, Drapes, and I know it happens. But Embiid out for the year, Jalen Suggs out for the year, Wemby. We're just losing too many guys.
Yeah, and I don't think we'll see Anthony Davis. If you're Dallas, do you rush Anthony Davis back or what do you bring him back for? With no Kyrie, and so no, you're right, man. A lot of big names are being lost out here. It's tough. But I will say this, though. I don't know if you've been paying a close attention to the actual night in and night out. There's been some games, man, some great basketball games as of late. I look at that Knicks game against Golden State, the performance Steph put on. Phoenix Clippers last night.
The Hawks and the Grizz the night before,
Yes, and that was epic. And so there's some great basketball being played right now.
Hopefully more tonight in Denver. When we come back, we'll tell you how and who the Kings will attack tonight. Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
Pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills. Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Huge news. Right now at Wendy's, you can get a Son of Baconator for just $3. I don't think you understand this situation. The Son of Baconator is only $3 for a limited time. Smoked bacon, rich melted cheese. That Son of Baconator is only $3. Thank you to whoever wished upon that star. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii, not valid on a combo or in third-party delivery platforms.
Hey, everybody, it's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. All right, I know what you're thinking. Here we go again, another Drapes commercial for his guys and girls down there at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. But trust me, listen to this. Whether you're in the market for a new vehicle or a pre-owned vehicle, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, they'll take care of you. Trust me, they got certified pre-owned vehicles starting at 3.49 APR on select 2021, 22, and 23 models. And take it from me, when you go to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, you leave out feeling like you're valued, like they trust you, like they care for you. Matter of fact, it's like they're your family. That's right. So for over 30 years, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has been there for the entire community. And get this, it's not that far away, guys. Just a short drive down I-5, or of course, online anytime at mbfstockton.com. So head on down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton and tell them Drape sent you.
It's taste on a whole new level at Sky River Casino. With 18 elevated restaurants, bars, and lounge destinations that include SR Prime Steakhouse, 32 Brews, Dragon Boat, and the market. Just minutes from Sacramento, right off Highway 99 in Elk Grove. Join in the fun and experience the height of hospitality. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Way to go. You've stuck to your resolution to become a fitter you, and now those exercises that pushed you to your limits the first time around are already feeling easier. So what's next? At InShape, taking your workout to the next level can be as easy as trying something new. Take our small group training classes like boxing, rowing, and more, or set new goals with an InShape personal trainer. Then recover with a massage or the sauna, also known as the best part of the workout. We are InShape. You are ready. Join online today at InShape.com.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile brand. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers. T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with turbo power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Plati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Game night coming up, bottom of the hour. Kings and Nuggets tonight. You know, Sabonis is out. You probably know Malik Monk is out with sprained toe for Denver. They've got 5 guys that are questionable, including Jokic and Gordon. They still are not clarifying their status. So it looks like perhaps there's some gamesmanship, or perhaps they're going to wait and see how Jokic feels after he gets out on the floor, because he tweaked his ankle very beginning of the last game.
Yep.
So we'll see about that. But here you go, Drapes. What do you think of this? Drapes, of course, in Denver. He's got the call tonight from Amadrock. The Kings team Denver played last time is no longer around. The new look Kings have better shooting and defense. Also dropped a guy that was padding stats for all NBA. So this is a different – the Nuggets haven't seen this Kings team yet.
I 100% agree that this is a different iteration of this Kings team. And it's bothered me hearing, because we got a game Sunday against the Clippers. Oh, we just don't match up well with them. Well, we haven't actually seen us match up with them, because this is a different Sacramento Kings team. And so I agree with Amadrock. You know, I hate that we don't have Domas and obviously Malik tonight, but this is a much more grittier team right now, a team that's much more sure of itself. Even back in January, you know, we had the whole Fox situation hanging over our heads, didn't know which way that would go and everything. And so I'm looking at this as sort of a season that I break up in 2 parts. Pre-DC and after DC, you know what I mean? Before Doug Christie took over and after, you know? And so it's the first time, Whitey, where I can remember, and I said this earlier in the show, Kings fans, where we are without Malik and Domas, and it doesn't seem like the sky is falling.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It seems like, all right, we're without two of our guys, but we still got a chance. We still feeling good. You know, we can bring the fight to these guys.
Yeah, last year, let's be honest, last season would have felt like this situation. Well, hopefully you can keep it within 20, right? I mean, seriously.
Right.
Without those two guys.
Yeah, exactly. Let me tell you, too, Michael Malone is going to be talking here in about 10 minutes. And so hopefully we'll get some tweets coming out. I'm watching Peyton Watson warm up right now, go through his pregame routine. Remember, he's one of those guys that's questionable as well. And Christian Brown out there right now. And so it looks like Watson's going through his pregame routine. It's probably a game time decision.
One thing I think we know about tonight, Drapes, is that the Kings will attack Jamal Murray. Found these numbers. According to NBA data, Jamal Murray is one of 9 players in the league with 900 or more shot attempts defended this season as a Sunday. So he's defended 900 or more shot attempts, one of the few guys who has. Why? Because teams attack him. He has to defend a lot because teams go at him down the stretch. Opponents are shooting 47% from the field on shots defended by Jamal Murray. He's a really good player, don't get me wrong, but defensively he's a weak link there. Michael Malone said, you've got to almost take it as a sign of disrespect and do whatever you can to stop that in its tracks. So that's the book on the Nuggets, and they're a really good team, but when you attack the Nuggets, you attack Jamal Murray. So I expect we'll see that tonight.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right with that. Get him in a lot of actions, and whether he's guarding Levine or DeMar, it put him in a lot of pick and rolls. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of, pick and rolls involving Jokic as well, because you want to get him like those. Their 2 best players are their 2 weakest links defensively.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so you can go at these guys. And so I think you're right. I'm looking for a big game. And here's the thing too, Whitey, about it. The Nuggets, if I'm correct, I got to look at the numbers. I don't think they defend the 3 that well. And they don't really have the shot blocker. Jokic is not challenging you at the rim. And so don't settle for the middies or the pull-ups, even though that's DeMar's game. I understand it. But, if Zach turns the corner, get downhill. Get to the paint. Get to the cup, because Jokic ain't going to try to block your shot in the middle.
Right. So who I'm thinking of as you described that. That's Keegan right now, because he'll take the 3 or he'll just take it right to the rack.
Yes, could be a big Keegan Murray game. Okay, I'd like that. A little more aggressiveness we've seen from him. Denver defending the 3-pointer, tied for 20th in the league in 3-point percentage defense. And so that opportunity will be there for you tonight.
Yeah, maybe
we get sprayed on all the time.
Maybe this is the night. Hey, D. Maybe this is the night the Kings put up the 53s.
Right, get them up. Let them fly. Let them fly.
You want a cast, go hit the American River.
What do you think of my wish list here, Drapes? I always appreciate your feedback on Whitey's wish list. 1, Trey Lyles, keep it up. Trey Lyles, last 4 games, he's 5 for 6 on 3-pointers. Last 4 games, he's shot 6 3-pointers. He's made 5 of them. And over the last 3 games, 6 rebounds per game off the bench. And if he's shooting well, he figures to cause some problems for the Denver Nuggets, especially if he's on the floor when Jokic is out there.
I'm with you, man. Trey is a big part of our bench mob, if you will. And he's been playing extremely well as of late. And let it fly, right? Be a difference maker out here. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, he's playing with a lot of confidence. And as you said, with an edge. 2, and we touched on this earlier, please take care of the ball. Denver does not force many turnovers at all. They don't force turnovers, so don't help them in this area with sloppy turnovers. And they did such a great job at taking care of the ball against the Mavericks. Hopefully you keep that up tonight. That'll go a long ways towards pulling off this win. And 3rd and finally, what do you guys think of this? It's my wish list. I don't know if it makes any sense, but somebody I think needs to have a big night tonight. Probably Zach. The Kings, the last few games, the offense has been very balanced, which is great. I love, democratic basketball, but I just got a feeling somebody needs to go off tonight. Maybe it's Keegan, maybe it's Zach LaVine. We need a big night from somebody tonight, Drapes. I wish for that, and I think maybe the Kings will need it. What do you think?
Okay, I'm with you on that. Like a 40-piece 35, something like that. You know,
Yeah.
like our high score getting 20 ain't going to get it done tonight.
Right.
I'm with you on that. I could co-sign on that. You know, how about an 8-3 night from Zach LaVine?
Yes.
Or something like that. Get these guys cooking out there. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. What do you think, Jay? We need a big night from Summit. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know who. I
like
who.
it. I'm following that cab. I'll take a DeMar or Zach LaVine rise up tonight. The battle's Jokic too, because I think Jokic is going to play. So I think you're going to have to. Someone's going to have to eliminate the numbers of Jokic.
Yeah, and just that's Whitey's wish list for today. Thank you, Drace. But I know last time they played, one of the things I threw out there was Jokic is great. He's going to dominate you in some ways. Just don't let him kill you with his passing. And he had 17 assists in that game. So I know it's tough, but, don't overhelp. Don't let guys go backdoor because he's going to beat you straight up. You can't let him kill you that much with his passing.
Yeah, you can't let him do both, right?
Yeah,
and that's the key. And I was thinking about this earlier, Whitey, to your point. Like, as much as, the game plan is how to defend Jokic, to your point, you got to be equally locked in on everybody else, like the Cutters, the Christian Browns, the Westbrooks, the Aaron Gordons. Like, you can't let those guys get going. Jokic will have 30 and also 17 assists. Like, you can't have that.
Right.
You can't have that.
Right. Yeah, which is exactly what he had last game. I think he had 35 and 17 assists. And, we haven't talked – I think we barely mentioned him. I tend to overlook him when I think of the Nuggets, but, Westbrook has really helped him this year, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been solid, man. He's been, him and Jokic got some good chemistry, his energy off the bench. He's been playing well for them this season, a new lease on life out there. And, you know him too, man. He's a feisty guy. He might be out here talking some smoke too. And so we got to be ready for that. And so I want to see too, Whitey, not to cut your wish list off or anything.
No, we're done.
Like that.
Well, I'm out. Yeah,
you're out on that.
Yeah,
But where does Keon Ellis fit in tonight, like offensively? Do we need some scoring from him with him replacing Malik Monk in that starting lineup, do you think?
He gives you offense if he just knocks down the shots, which he normally does. He had, 7 shots in the last game. They just, none of them went in.
Just didn't fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he's a real good compliment in an offense with so many guys that are aggressive with the ball. I think he's been great at taking advantage of those spot-up opportunities other than that game. I think he's a real good fit with this offense, Stripes.
No, I'm with you, man. And he should get some good looks.
Yeah.
He should get some good looks tonight playing alongside Zach and DeMar. I think, to your point, those spot-up threes, be ready to knock them down if you're Keon Ellis tonight.
It's a little bit of a surprise when they're not going in for him because he's been such a really good shooter from three this year.
Yeah, I don't know what happened last game. And think about it like this, too. Like, we clobbered the Mavericks. Everybody was looking good and everything. Then you look at the box score. Damn, what happened to Keon in this game? You would think everybody would be clicking. And so he's due for a good shooting night tonight.
Well, we got a wide range of expectations, of course, for the game tonight. Campy in the Chateau says Kings 115, Nuggets 107. And then Dat Ninja says, I want the Kings to win, but I'm also realistic. We about to get spanked.
Come on, bro.
We about to get spanked.
Come on. I will say, Michael Malone, man. He's going to have his boys ready for this game. Like, he wants to spank. This is even before Mike Brown's firing.
Right.
He wanted to run the score up on us. Knowing him, he wants to kill us tonight. And I think Doug is going to have these boys ready for that smoke. That's the thing. Doug knows that too.
Right.
And so he's going to be breathing hot fire and having these guys ready tonight too.
What's your sense of how the team physically is holding up here at the end of a road trip at altitude, Drapes?
I think they're doing good, man.
Yeah.
I think.
How about you? How are you holding up?
I'm good, man. This travel's been brutal. It's been rough, man. It's been rough back and forth. But I'm excited. I'm fired up. It's one of the better broadcasting locations in the league too, Whitey.
Yeah.
Like, we're front row out here, broadcasting me and Katie. And so I'm excited, man. This is a big game tonight, man. You get this win, Whitey, if you get this win, all this talk about, it's a difficult schedule, which is true, but you can beat these teams.
Yes.
That's what you're proving to yourself. And so why not beat Denver tonight? Why not beat the Knicks next week? And so I'm looking forward to this one tonight.
Yeah, Denver Nuggets 39-22, but they've split their last 4. They had a 4-game road trip, and I think they lost to Milwaukee and Boston. So again, this is a first game back home, and a lot of people have said for many years that the first home game back after a long road trip is like another road game.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true, but it certainly seemed to affect the Kings last year, Drapes.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's why part of the reason why Michael Malone gave them off yesterday. Also, they played Sunday, didn't practice Monday, didn't practice Tuesday, and I think it's to give these guys the rest. And we'll see. They lost to Milwaukee and
Boston.
Boston and Lakers. I thought the Lakers got them. Denver last week, right?
Let me double check.
Double check that. I could be wrong, but I thought the Lakers clobbered them last week as well. And here's the thing: they were 2-2 on this 4-game road trip, and that was 2 wins against playoff caliber teams and 2 losses against playoff caliber teams. Am I right? Oh no, you're right, Bucks. And then they lost to the Lakers before that, Whitey. You're 100% right. They lost to the Bucks and the Celtics, and they beat the Pistons and the Pacers.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Drapes, as you look at the West right now, as we're all doing, and we're going to be doing it for a long time here. Streaky, once again. Oklahoma City, 1-4. Lakers, 1-7. You got Memphis has lost 3. Houston's lost 3. Warriors have won a couple. Timberwolves won a couple. Kings won 4.
Yes.
Clippers lost 3, and Mavericks have lost 2. So, just you string together a couple wins or, heaven forbid, a couple losses, and your position is going to change dramatically in the West right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, man. So there's no way we can catch the Warriors for 6 tonight.
No, 7th would be the best,
7th
and then
would be the
9th
best.
would be the worst case scenario.
And we need Minnesota to lose tonight. Yeah.
Against Jay's Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, Melo.
I know. We need Melo to get like 50 for
Yes,
us,
sir.
Jay. We need it, baby. We need it.
Big Charlotte Hornet fan tonight. So, again, no Domas tonight, no Malik Monk. A lot of people, Drapes, have been suggesting, and I think it speaks to how well he's played. A lot of fans are thinking, Markelle Fultz should be starting tonight. He's not going to start. But as I say, I think it shows to the impact he's already made, at least in terms of the impression on fans.
Yeah, and it's been a small sample size, and I'd like to see him get more minutes, and he should get more minutes. And, he's a solid defender, really good defender, can run the team well. And so here's the thing, Whitey. We've only seen him in small doses, and he's been impressive in that. I'd like to see him 15 minutes tonight, 18 minutes. See him get his legs and see what he looks like out here.
Yeah, he's one of the big reasons why it doesn't seem like the end of the world that Malik's not playing. It's like, okay, more minutes for Markelle Fultz, and that doesn't seem like a bad thing necessarily tonight.
Right, exactly. And I think a lot of fans, to your point, want to, see more and see what he could bring. And so we're at a point now where we can survive. We have capable backups, if you will, that can fill in. And, think about it. If we didn't have Fultz, it'd probably be a Devin Carter kind of game. We would need the young rook to step up. That's a tough ask here in Denver against, the Denver Nuggets. And so you got a veteran in Markelle Fultz. I'm like, let's go. I want to see him tonight.
Yeah, and Drapes, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe from what I've seen that Devin Carter is back with the big club as well today.
Yes, he is. He is. He just finished his warm-up out here, and who knows, maybe he will get some minutes tonight with us short at that guard position. And real quick, can we give a shout out to our boy Mason Jones?
Yeah.
You saw what he did last night? 49 points for young Mace, man. He was in his bag last night. Shout out to him, man. That was massive. That was massive.
And I believe after the game, he gave credit to Deuce Mason.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. I saw something like that. Deuce empowered him.
Yeah. All right. So, looking forward to tonight's contest, and we'll find out if somebody makes a long 3, what Colorado Community Drapes is gonna drop. Any sneak preview? Any idea there?
I have no idea. Our boy Ramsey texted me as well, and came up with a couple of suggestions. He said, "quote." Let me pull it up right here. Ramsey said, "How about Grand Junction or Durango?"
You can do both.
Like Grand Junction?
Yeah, I might do the Grand
I like the Grand Junction
Sam. That could be the one tonight.
Dude from Grand Junction.
Yeah, you could use them both. That was from Grand Junction or Durango. I'm not sure which one.
I'm not sure which, but it was out there.
Are you really hoping Jokic plays tonight, Drapes?
Not really.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you.
No,
Thank
I'm
you.
trying to stack
Thank
wins. I'm trying to get
Of
wins.
course.
Anything to make it easier for us to get wins, I'm all for. So if he sits out, great. I'm waiting to hear. Michael Malone should be speaking right now, and I don't have it up here or anything like that, so I'm looking at social media. But if he doesn't play, that would be huge for us.
Yeah, every game here. We were talking yesterday about which of these upcoming games is the biggest. And I said, well, that Clippers game is going to be huge when you look at the standings. And then Jay said, yeah, what about the Warrior game? Which is true. But I said, I can't look past the Clippers. There's so many big games. You're right. The Warrior game is going to be huge, but there's so much work to do before you even get to that game right now.
And how about this, Whitey? I argue that Warriors game is going to be huge, but it becomes even bigger if you handle your business against the Clippers.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if you win against the Clippers, then it becomes even more. It becomes massive because then you're talking about battling for the 6th seed. You lose to the Clippers, you might not even be able to catch the Warriors even with the win against them. So you got to handle your business first before that.
Jay says he has an update on the Denver outlook for tonight.
Yeah, coach is he's definitely playing coy, fellas. As of right now, Michael Malone just said that Aaron Gordon and Nikola Jokic are still questionable game time decisions. He said Peyton Watson, Zeke, help me out, Drake. Najee are all available tonight as well.
Okay.
And Ken Carr is available as well.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So,
Lot
but
code
it's 2 studs.
Yeah. What do you think, Drake?
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen them warm up yet. I know it's still plenty of time. I haven't seen either of those guys get out here, but I expect them to play, man. This is a big game, not only for us, but for them also. They're trying to get that 2 seed, and he hates this team. Come on, man.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it kind of typical? Maybe it's not standard, but it's done where if you have a guy of Jokic's stature and he's not sure if he's going to play, wouldn't he have already been out there testing it?
Nah, not necessarily. I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
Because the clock hasn't even started here
Yeah.
yet. They got the countdown clock. It hasn't even started. I think he's going to go at his normal time, and we'll see. We'll see. And they play Phoenix on Friday, so it's not like it's a first night of a back-to-back or anything. I think he's playing, guys.
Yeah.
I think he's playing.
I'll be stunned. But still, that's a pretty smart move if that's all they're doing, because, I mean, it's got to affect you, right? If you're Valanciunas or whomever, you don't even know if you're facing the multiple-time MVP tonight. So I guess you got to give Michael Malone a little bit of credit.
No, I get it. And, I'm giving him some crap. Like, come on, Mike, tell us, stop playing like this. But most coaches play it like that. To be honest with you. We've heard Doug, when we ask him who the starters are, we'll see, teams won't commit. And so I think both these guys are playing tonight.
All right. So what do you think is the key to the game tonight from where you sit, Drapes, from the Kings standpoint?
You got to limit turnovers, to your point. Number one team in terms of transition, fast break. This Denver Nuggets team, and you got to force them into 3-point shooting. That they don't have elite 3-point shooters. They got guys who can make shots. Christian Brown can knock it down, but they're number one in points in the paint, Whitey. So you got to, make them take above the break threes, not corner threes. Now, I talked to Doug about this. We don't want to see corner threes. Those above the break threes. I think, and when you watch this, watch for the short contest, because traditionally, historically, you want to close out and be right up on it. But against this team, they're looking to drive. So look for the short contest, when you close out on them, the short closeout, and, force them into a 3-point shooting team tonight.
Cole G in the chat says DC is prepping for Joker and Gordon to play. So what Malone is doing is just being petty. It's not affecting the Kings' strategy whatsoever. I think the Kings are going to need somebody to have a big night tonight. Somebody like Zach LaVine, combo with Keegan Murray. And you're absolutely right. Taking care of the basketball appears to be an absolute key. Attack Jamal Murray. And just don't, again, Jokic is going to have a big night. He's going to put up big numbers. Just don't let him destroy you in all three categories, rebounding and scoring and assists.
Right. Yeah. No triple doubles tonight.
Right.
What I mean? To Whitey's point, we don't want him getting a triple double. We don't want him leading Sports Center tonight with a Wilt-like stat line.
Right.
Try to keep him in check somehow.
All right, Drapes, we'll be watching you. Thanks. When are we talking to you again now?
Friday.
Look,
I got 2 events tomorrow. 2 charity events tomorrow, man. Your boy is out in the community making a difference, Whitey.
Just
That's
so
what I'm
charitable. Yeah. All right. We'll see you Friday from the arena. Have a great call. Thanks, Stripes.
All right, my guy. See you tomorrow.
Yep. And thank you for being with us. Stick around because we got game night next. Get you ready for the Kings and the Nuggets. Sacktown Sports.
Big ballin' and we can't miss. Scoreboard looking handsome. Like the homie Slam son. Big winning.